say blast off.
No, compared to
And the microphone is working.
Testing, testing, 1, 2.
Testes? Testes?
Nicole?
Okay. Welcome back to another exciting adventure with the Turtle Club. When we left off last time, they just escaped after having gotten Madame Sudame's various artifacts back from Lord and Lady Whistlefoot, and also having to rescue Nyx and the other people that were about to be sold into slavery. We know that something happened to Allie last time, but our heroes have just woken up from a long rest, totally refreshed, all hit points back to normal, and have found her missing from their party. When we last left off, they just started to go look for her.
Why does this keep happening?
I'm pretty sure we last woke up and
I feel like that's
discovered
such a
she was
boring-
gone.
Every time.
I don't know that she's gone.
Well,
I assume you're gonna look for her, I guess. Sorry, but I guess that's my bad.
From now
Hell
on.
woke up.
Allie,
Hell woke up and noticed she was gone and woke up Cal.
Yeah.
The rest of us are still oblivious.
From now on, anytime Allie's missing, I'm going to call it going to Boston.
What is this bust?
What is Boston? A terrier.
Baked beans.
A terrier. I love that.
Big beans. It'd be nice if she got to revisit the Earth that she spoke of.
Oh.
That-
She's on
I
Earth.
was like,
What are
wait.
you doing?
I was so confused for
She
a minute,
got it.
too.
You're assuming we're on Earth. It's never been explicitly stated that
That's
we're
true.
on Terra.
Lord.
Terraform.
Alright.
Terraforma.
Terraform?
Terramavia.
So hell, you just woke up Cal.
Firma. Oh, it's not. We're not in an existing world.
Yo, Nyx.
Sorry. Listen to.
Okay.
Hell, you just woke up. You just woke Cal up.
Okay, I'm gonna write the list of you bitches up. Sorry, I didn't really mean to call you bitch. It's just.
I gotta believe you did. Truthfully.
What can I say? It's just like. Okay, Cal, help me wake everybody up.
Oh, that's easy.
In a nice, polite manner.
Okay. Horace Screech. No, I'm kidding.
Horse.
Horace give you an indignant look.
Oh, chorus. I thought you said chorus.
My bird.
His bird that he keeps forgetting about.
Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, I guess I could just go and start, like,
Knocking on doors.
yeah.
We're in
Er,
the forest.
There's no doors.
I'll knock on trees. I'll knock on trees.
Knock on doors.
Well, but I'm like, I'll knock on
That's
trees.
why I said it, because I knew Paul wasn't gonna get it.
Fuck off. You wake everybody up.
You up?
You both split up to go wake somebody
Mhm.
up.
Yeah. Who am I closest to? I don't know. I just stuck people. Oh, you physically don't know.
I just put people in around the fire so that
you're here. So
I
I will wake up the person that I'm closest to, other than Cal.
Very good.
Whoever that might be. You can
Looks like
decide.
it's
Technically it's
Nala.
Thea or me.
Thea. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, then I'll wake up Thea. And after I wake up, I'll just say, Thea, Allie's missing. And then I'll go over to Nyx and I'll say, Allie, Nyx, Allie is missing. Allie, Nyx,
I'll yell out to you for you. Okay.
I have a brain glitch. I can't help it. The hardware is broken.
What shithead got her again?
I know that shithead got her. She's just missing. So please wake up. We have to start looking for her. Or I guess we don't. We could just keep that. Just not have her.
If only someone had one of those brainwash, like, what, hockey thingies.
A brain.
Yeah, just the magic.
Can I get a perception roll from one of you, all of you, whoever wants to do it?
I'll perceive something.
I got over 20.
17. You just don't get your dice out? What?
Yeah.
What?
Two.
What's that?
You got a
Okay,
2.
2. And I have a +0 in perception.
Yeah, I got 16 and I have a +7.
I have a
That was
19.
shenana bullshit.
Okay, so between the ladies of the party,
Those of us that can roll.
you manage to all wake up just enough as you start actually
Put it in.
getting up and trying to like get your bearings for the day. You notice that Allie's pack is still there. The stone that she broke, yesterday. The stone that she broke yesterday that she gotten from Madame Sudume is still there in its various parts and pieces in the space she'd been sitting before you all had fallen asleep. All of her weapons are still present.
She fell into a wormhole.
So
That
it's
little statue she got that Madame Sudume's like, be careful.
Don't
Don't let it
break it.
break.
Yep, see, the statue was a wormhole and it took her.
It
She
broke.
turned around and
And then
immediately
she
broke it.
she tripped and fell and broke.
So what happens when you
Again,
leave game early?
the statue was a wormhole, and when you break it, it opens up and it takes you.
Did you get all the cards back?
I'm saying it's a wormhole.
I have Cal, I have Nala, I have Hell, I have Thea, I have Nitch.
I have made these decisions.
So I'm missing Hell. No, I have Hell. I'm missing
No, there's 5 of us, and there's 5 of us.
there is. Never mind. I'm not missing
Okay.
You're missing Allie when
You
she's
don't have
back.
yours, but
I've broke them.
Alien.
there's Allie and
Numpoodle.
Numpoodle.
Mm-hmm.
They don't exist to us.
He doesn't get to be called Dom Dom until we see him again.
Oh, we're full naming him.
Yes.
Full naming.
Full naming because we
You
haven't been
don't
here.
show up for class.
Numpoodle. Shimdoodle.
Yeah, you missed
Did you
out on
call
all those
him-
course credits. Anyway,
Did you say Shemdoodle?
Shimdoodle.
Nompoodle Shemdoodle.
Now you're making up names.
Shade Poodle. Let's back to our
You're ridiculous.
Wow.
All of
Okay.
you.
You signed up for this.
Not for 50 plus more years. That was like a blood oath that I didn't mean to take.
Too late. Can't take it back.
Things we should do a blood oath. 26 years in.
Yay, test. What is it? Tetanus?
I
Yeah.
remember that.
Forget tetanus. Just let it rust. It's fine.
I've had a tetanus shot in the last 2 years.
I think I have to. I don't know. Anyway,
Blood pass.
Have it.
Excuse me.
back to the game.
Alright, returning to
Laura Dansfield has also has heard all of you making a commotion and has now roused herself to standing with the rest of you.
Wow, couldn't wake her up.
You know, I don't really care what you have to say.
That's the lady, right? The old lady.
Yes.
Yeah, just this random person that's now tagging along with us. Did you eat a pickle? You ate all but the pickle.
It fell apart.
No, she ate around the pickle. The pickle's just sitting there.
Was there a pickle in a cookie?
Yeah, these ones. Oh my god,
Have you not paid attention to that?
Do you want one? I haven't.
Yeah, try it. It's good.
It's really tasty.
Not right now.
It's that kind of
I'll hold one up.
sweet and salty, sweet and sour.
No, it's called somebody's acting like they're pregnant.
No, someone was
They
pregnant.
saw,
tried
no,
it
I'm not
and
saying them. No, I'm saying they saw it on TikTok, and so I'm saying that whoever they found it from was. I haven't heard Lady Cravens whether or not they're pregnant.
Somebody's.
Party.
Yeah, it's already was upstairs.
Okay.
Sad because there's no.
Allie's
God.
missing.
That's how we do.
Oh my gosh!
What happened, miss?
So, do we know how to get through to this black hole? Is there?
Wait,
is there
what?
We don't.
Okay.
We don't know it's a black hole.
I just-
Listen to Kara.
Okay.
Her stuff is
I was
all
gonna say,
still
if it's a
here.
black hole, she's probably been spaghettified anyway.
All we know is
I had a thought, like a real thought.
Good
Okay,
job.
You bitch. Like not a dumb. Serious. Cable. I'm gonna walk. Miss, not that far.
I think I know what's happening here.
No, nothing's happening. I'm just rearranging my table back here so all my drinks can sit against the back.
what is
So
your
what's
thought?
your thought?
I'm interested.
Too late, lost it.
The thought that went poof because she's not.
No. All it was like Allie had her statue,
and she tripped and dropped it. It shattered. And she was gone. So
She was still here when we went
Say-
to
she-
sleep.
I think she
Yeah.
dropped it at the
She
one
drops
lady's
it here,
house.
but
No.
she was still with you when you went to the camp because it's not indicating that you didn't have her for camp. And then
No,
you guys talked
which
about
is
the
correct.
one. Allie takes first watch,
Right.
so she was awake. She was watching everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone else sleeps. So snore, snore, snore.
So not
Um,
only
I didn't write
did your
that.
friend leave
No, that's me
Us.
putting my words in between.
to a degree unguarded, you don't actually know when she left.
What wakes you up? It just indicates that she wakes up and she's gone.
It was the next morning. She woke up at the start of the next morning.
So the sun woke you up. Sun woke
Basically.
up. Right. But I don't
Because
know.
Allie was gone and didn't wake anybody up.
How did you know Allie was gone? Did you hear something?
I woke up and she wasn't there. Like I have eyeballs and I looked. Have you ever looked before?
Well, we woke up to fire before. I'm just asking.
I ran out of purple lamp.
I looked. There was a lack of Allie.
I like that there was,
Sure, whoosh.
Is she normally so?
I like that there was a lack of allies.
Or was he?
Does she normally just walk away from your group at random intervals?
Not generally, no.
This time she was kidnapped.
Is that a regular thing for her?
Well, we didn't think so.
World.
Something
I
or
can't even
something
remember
of her
that.
shithead. I can't
We
remember.
didn't
his
think
name.
so, but she's gone again. So we don't know.
But her statue's broken that Madame said not to let break.
Right. It's obviously a protection gem of some sort. But
She's not of this world. Maybe she went back to her world and she had no choice. That was my serious thought that you guys didn't want to hear. Because you're too busy laughing at me.
Without
What was
saying
what was
goodbye.
reading?
She didn't get here intentionally. She
Mhm.
had no control of how she got to this world. So, from that basis, it would be logical to say that if she were to go back to the other world, she would have no choice.
I don't even remember how she said
She
she
said
got
she-
here.
Through a rabbit
Was
hole.
it?
Mhm.
rab-
Yeah, she said something about a rabbit hole.
No, I don't think it was
she
a
got
rabbit hole.
here through a natural vortex,
Yeah.
which happens and is a real thing if you're in our normal world. But basically, she just went underneath a tree that's in the middle of a vortex, a natural vortex, and then found
She didn't
herself
know it was a vortex until she
Here.
walked through
Yeah.
it.
So, and it takes great magics for that, and to be in a particular place. So,
So probably not a vortex, not another hole.
Did I
I
say a
don't
vortex?
If it has something to do with this broken statue that Madame said not to let break.
Whatever, go talk to Madam.
didn't she tell you to leave
Yeah, she did.
and to
Well,
walk
you
away?
guys like pissed her off, so I don't like.
I would recommend not going back to her if she's already asked you off her property. There's
Just yell at her
Rumors.
from the edge of the
I was
crowd.
gonna say stand right at the edge of the property. Yoo-hoo! I sued a me.
Rumors like gargoyles?
What?
What?
no, not like gargoyles.
What? Okay.
Someone I heard call her cold-blooded.
She's a vampire.
Another person referred to her as a
Or a snake.
I can't remember the exact word. It wasn't important. And I was right in the middle of practicing for a performance.
Gorgon.
No, Gormagon.
Gormagon?
Yeah.
A Gormagon?
Gormagon.
Is it
Gorgon.
Gorgon?
Gorgon. Something. Whatever. Not Gorm. You've been fucking watching Bones. Sorry.
It's a serial killer in both.
He eats people. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew it sounded familiar. It makes more
Rachel's
sense now.
favorite.
No cannibals.
I remember him. First, shows up in first or second season.
Unless we're watching
Second season, actually, I think.
Catherine Hotel. Anyway.
Okay, well, I mean, tracker, you're usually the one that knows how to deal with tracking for things. Could you maybe look around and see
Are
if
there
there's any
footprints?
poops?
I thought you said, could you look around and see if there's poop? And I was like,
I was gonna say
She's not an animal. You should track her with.
whatever happened.
I was gonna say poots.
Made
And
it
then I
happen.
realized it didn't come out as a B, it came out as a P.
Yeah, Well, let me do an
I'll
investigation,
say, can we
maybe, and see
look
if I can
around
find.
for footprints or anything?
Sure.
Wagon trails.
yeah,
I don't
You're
know.
rolling for investigation. You said you want to roll for perception.
Is that the
Those are different things.
sure?
She just sure. One.
What am I rolling for? Perception. 9, 10.
You're not
Yeah,
doing
that's
so
okay.
hot.
And what'd you do?
7.
Why is Paul? Paul, get rid of the dice.
He's got plenty. It's not like you can't pick out new ones.
Right.
So,
Or
that's-
get a roll better. You physically are not rolling dice well.
You know why? I bet it's the chair.
Yeah, it's bad karma because Kara called dibs on it.
Crystal's not here to take it. It's Crystal's chair.
No, yeah, but last
You did call
minute,
dibs.
I did call dibs.
You called dibs before I left.
I won't make fun.
I can't talk about that because I didn't hear dibs.
Well, it was the very beginning. Dibs was called. I think. Yeah, I don't know if you called it after I left, but I left early.
Oh yes.
I
You
don't
didn't.
remember.
So
So
you
I
just kind
I
of
didn't know we got kicked out. 'cause
you just
none of you
left, and then we were like,
She
"Where'd
herself,
Nix
she had to
go?"
go.
She
Yes.
pooped-
So then the
pooped
narrator
herself.
moved you to just go sleep.
I had to leave.
I
I'm
love
sorry.
that she pooped herself.
I don't know what that was my first thought to say. Sorry.
I wasn't gonna say boots.
I know.
I was trying to say boots and got poo.
You're fairly familiar with where he was, so you had a starting place anyway. There are some like scuffly walking type tracks that go off towards Madame Sudume's house. But you don't know if they're old or new because there's been a lot of walking in this area recently from all of you.
So basically, we didn't find anything.
Basically.
Yeah, because you guys.
Hey, hell, you want to investigate too? See if you find anything.
Can I do
I'm gonna
an
do
investigation for stealth?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll do
Watch,
my
you'll roll.
best.
Watch you roll a 20.
I got a 9.
You have any
15?
investigation?
I added my stuff already.
Oh, didn't.
What'd you get? Sorry.
9.
A 9.
A 9.
Oh,
Yes.
I
Nine.
got karma for talking about him not rolling.
20
fine. I've accepted
Okay.
my fate.
We can't hear the dice in.
You kind of get the
You were a
same.
bitch. Shitty school.
Hell gets the exact same kind of outlook that Cal and Nala came up with, basically. That it appears the tracks might be going back towards Madame Cinemas, but you're not totally sure. Because there's enough overlapping footprints. It's hard to tell. It could be that the newest ones look like they're going back towards her house. Not sure. As far as Nyx goes, yes, you do kind of like an Arcana check on just like the general area, and you do feel the residue from a pretty powerful spell having been done close by to where you all are fairly recently.
Okay, can I do one specifically looking at the tracks and the
That would work if she'd been the one
Gemstone.
doing the magic.
Huh?
If it had been Allie
If
doing
she
the
would-
magic, you would be able to do that. But based on your general, you didn't get that feeling.
Okay. For the stone, I can't check to see if it's got any more magical
You can-
residue.
You can totally check the stone. Yeah,
Okay.
look at it.
Magical residue for stone.
Arcana check.
Arcana. And 20 plus.
Cool. When you pick up the various pieces of the stone, initially it just seems to be a fairly average stone that's been smoothed out. It's got like brown streaks through it and other lighter like flecks that look more like white or clear in it. But as you also look, there's also like striations of gold that go through it as well. And the more you hold it in your hand, the more you can kind of feel your whole palm begin to like tingle and vibrate. So there is something magical to this.
So there's still magic to it. I say we keep these stone pieces as much as possible. It feels like there's something to the stone, and I'm wondering if it could help bring her.
That's fine.
Mhm.
Probably a good
Well, it's
idea.
not like we're gonna just throw her shit away.
I say we just scoop them up and put them in her bag and just leave something carry her bag.
because obviously we don't want to leave our stuff here.
Maybe there might be monks or something that could help us at our fountain thing
Oh,
we're going
mhm.
to.
Oh, right.
That's a fair point.
Okay, so should
We
we
could-
pack up and head out? We've got
So we could put her
Longer
things in
you
a
still
bag of
to go.
holding for now.
Okay, so sorry, you were talking over. You're planning to go on to the.
I said, should
springs?
we? I'm asking, like, should we pack up and head on with our journey because we've still got a ways to go. Like, I mean, eat some breakfast and pack up and.
Well, we can't track her. Everyone's right to track her. The only thing we seem to have is we could go back to Asudame, worry about her wrath, which doesn't seem likely as a good idea. She could be a Gorgon. Or something of the like when it comes to these mysterious things, because she does seem mysterious in herself. But there's also the factor that we even supposed to take you, ma'am, someplace? I'm sorry, I went to bed early. It was a very emotional thing for me to be captured the way I was. So
Right, I believe that. I'm essentially along for the, as the younger people put it, ride for the moment. I don't have any particular place to be other than not here.
okay.
And in a group tends to work better traveling around this area than not.
I don't like how she said that. I feel like we should be going back to that house of the haunted mansion to go look to make sure she's not in the dungeon again.
The alley's not in the dungeon?
Yes. Did he? Side note question: can you look to see? Did she ever tell us who the guy, Captain Shithead's son, or any of them? Did she ever give a name?
Who? For what?
For who she was kidnapped the first time.
Kidnapped by?
Captain Shithead.
It was
That's what
the,
she called him.
I don't even know because I wasn't in here.
He's a,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
you
was last
busted her out of
season. Yeah, you're
jail,
still here.
and
he was a councilman or
when she
ambassador.
came back, the first time being captured from us when we were in the
This
fire
was
thing.
episodes ago.
Yeah, after the
Right.
fire with the
Literal
like-
year ago.
Habiti.
Yeah,
Before
Last
the
September.
last September or something.
Oh, her?
No.
No,
Oh,
Crystal.
Allie.
What are you talking about?
Allie.
Like,
Well, then maybe you should specify that.
go
So
back
sorry.
to, like, last September, Meg. Like, we're going
Where
back
we
a
had
year.
after the fire, she came back from the
It's like,
fire Habiti time period.
Megan's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I
Remember
was
the
here, and she
Habitis
was here
with
the whole
We
time.
woke up outside of a burning house. Allie's missing. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Have you watched the episode even? Because the interlude.
Yeah, so I watched some of it, but did she tell us the name when she
Allie
came back?
comes back. She got kidnapped. Tiny teddy bear and emo boy. The alien princess ship. Not known.
Oh, a lion. That's his
A
name.
lion.
Princess Shithead.
Not real names.
Mhm.
Yeah, she gave them names. She was calling
We
them.
need to, like, actually watch all the episodes and make.
But we were
There's
told
too many
the
of
name
them.
of the guy, right? That was supposed to
There's like a
possibly
million
take a bunch of
hours.
people, or the
I
one
want to
person.
say it was an ambassador. And
We're gonna
I
flash
don't
forward
remember
to the
him being a
present.
problem for you anymore because I believe Aurelia was taking care of that. After Allie had come
I
back.
was like,
Oh, it was cold.
Yes.
You wrote that in the notes.
It was an important day.
it was important for me to know. For me to write it down.
To record it.
Meg, you gotta write this down.
It's dated in every.
Wrote it down for posterity.
Paul was cold.
Okay, world. Paul's never cold, so when Paul says he's cold, we have to write it down and note it.
That's what was said when we wrote it down.
Mhm.
We told Megan to write it down.
Right back here. No, not here.
Okay, I don't think you're gonna find what you think you're looking for.
I do not think so either.
I don't think it means what you think it means. Named to have reference.
Princess Bride.
I know you can. I want the other ones. I don't know if they can, like Serena. I have no faith.
You have no faith in Serena when it comes to naming shit.
Exactly.
So I was going to say,
Mm-hmm.
who said that?
That feels like that was a song.
Ignore the
Like
like.
adjacent.
Okay.
What? Speak now.
Alan's being sassy.
Okay.
So we could put Allie's stuff in the bag of holding for now.
Yeah, I just don't want
That way it's
Well, we want to be
not
careful.
as heavy and it's protected.
We
Next
want to
all
be
I
careful
eat.
not to overload the
Yeah.
bag of holding, though.
You've been eating stuff
Can
out
you
of it, so
do
it's
that?
not like
Eating
as
out of
full
it.
as it was.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
where our
We've been
food
eating
comes.
out
I'm
of
just
the
thinking.
bag.
I'm just thinking that way we don't have to
Isn't that
ditch
the
off
point
any of her
the
stuff.
bag of holding then?
But it can reach a point where it's too much.
They've
And then it'll
done
just
too
split
There
apart at the
well.
seams.
are limitations.
Yeah, and that's where you break the bag, and then the spell can be broken.
So, but we've been taking
Well,
stuff
meat
out
and
of it
things
to
can
eat
still
and
spoil
stuff,
in it.
So
I thought
Yeah.
we
It
had
has
the one
not
bag
a bag
that
of
said
stasis,
bag.
a bag of holding.
Yeah.
They're different.
yeah,
Yeah.
we have a bag. Yeah, we have a bag of stasis.
I have a bag of holding from the thing.
So I think we have 2 bags of holding and like a stasis.
I'm just thinking that way we don't have to get rid of any of her stuff and it'll be a
I
little
wanna
easier
get
to carry.
Yeah,
Agreed.
we don't want to get rid of her stuff.
We just want to get
Okay.
rid of her.
So I can put it in my bag of holding because mine's not overloaded.
It's fine, whatever. Either way.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
the
keep,
other thing.
just
Somebody.
keep her stuff and we.
The bag of stasis only lasts 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Right.
Not the spell, but the things inside, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yes. Right. That's why we put a lot of food in there, like some of the
So
food in
I-
there to keep.
I think it's only been like
I'll place her bag in my
3 or
bag of
4
holding now.
days, maybe.
Y'all had a lot of moose meat to store in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
At least we got rid of some of that.
Yes. Thank goodness for that traveling like group.
We're gonna,
Yeah.
gonna find ourselves some riding sheep.
Okay.
Or riding goats.
No.
Okay, so let's have some breakfast and then pack up camp. And Nyx is gonna take Allie's stuff and put it in her bag of holding for now.
Mhm.
And I say we just move on because it doesn't seem to look like Allie left of her own volition. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I think
She knows
something-
where we're going. At least, hopefully, she can.
Right. Like if she's captured, then. But like you did some
We
time.
should maybe do
You
something
checked
about-
and nothing seems to be.
Maybe
So-
we should just ditch her because she keeps getting captured.
No.
I mean, she's been captured.
Well, the Princess Shithead or whatever teddy bear dude was, we could like figure out who these people are. Maybe we could chop some
We
heads
thought-
off, but we're not there yet.
Did you see chop some meds up?
Heads off.
Wow.
I'd like to chop off
I
meds
just
for
sit
her.
here quietly because apparently my brain's not working.
But maybe meds would help. Is there medicine for these kind of people?
Okay.
Probably not in this world, right?
Who wants to cook breakfast? We've got moose meat.
Let's just eat the raw moose meats.
Tartar.
Moose tartar, yeah.
Well, didn't we dry it or something?
We
You
dried
gave me some jerky, yes.
Yes, we dried
Just
a bunch
eat some
of it
jerky. Why are we like?
because we need to eat the moose
move on.
meat.
Eat it as it is.
I'm
Yeah, I'm
cooking
curious.
some moose.
Roll it in a little bit of dirt.
Right. That'll season it.
Sophia is cooking some moose meat.
Oh.
Who's having the
Oh,
cook?
and feeding
Mooney.
Mooney.
Mm-hmm.
His
Gelatinous
Mooney
cube.
is my.
I'm wrapping all the shards and pieces of the stone and statue into a cloth.
My mimic.
Putting it
Gets one.
in my bag in a small side.
Cube a day. So I feed him in the morning.
Cube.
Food cube.
Is
Yeah.
it red or blue?
Nice reference. Yeah, you hold out your hand with the food cube in it, and he just like swipes. His tongue throws itself out there and swipes it off with your hand faster than
His
you can even.
tongue rose itself out.
Got a lot of
I
tongue.
wanted to
Okay.
use-
See? Lots of tongue.
It's
What do you
fine.
call it? Hyperbole.
It's fine.
He's fine.
I won't question your creativeness.
Thank you.
Except you literally already did.
Yeah, I know. Anywho.
Anymore.
What's it?
I just question her use of the word throws itself out there in reference to
So
Laura-
Mooney has eaten his food for the day.
Laura went to go sit by Thea to enjoy some of the moose meat with her. Because she doesn't believe in cooked food.
Right. Like I may be of nature, but yeah. Meat has to be cooked.
Nala, what are you doing?
Nothing. Oh,
you want some-
waiting for eating breakfast.
Thea couldn't sleep in the on.
Are you gonna cook it or are you gonna?
Oh, I was
She's a pain.
waiting for
How
the
coconut
loose meat
salad?
to cook.
Cooking everybody.
You're gonna take the time. Next, what you doing?
I am assuming we still had berries and nuts, so I'm eating
Mhm.
some of them while I'm kind of looking at the shards as I'm picking them up and wrapping them.
Okay.
And Cal.
Yeah, I'll just at the moment come over here and wait for the moose meat.
Okay.
Is anybody gonna assist Thea? Or are you just all gonna just like stand there? and
No,
see her?
apparently
Thea
Thea's
is the-
barbecue
I
dad.
will watch her, and if she needs help, I will gladly
I was
assist.
gonna say I will help you, Thea, even though I was just like eat it as
Right.
it is. I will.
I mean, like, Nix has pulled out some fruits and berries, so everybody can kind of be mentioning that while meat's cooking.
And
Cause
I'm just trying to make sure we have every part that we can of what was with Allie.
okay, so meat's done. Everyone enjoy.
You said that this was an exotic animal, a moose.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Have you come across many moose?
No, that'd be the only one we came across.
And your first thought when facing a beast was to skin it and then get the
We
meat
had a
harvested.
disagreement.
More like it came upon us with a snake wrapped around it, and it decided to parade. It paraded around us, and two of us decided while we were looking for meat anyways, it's time for us to have food, so we got moose.
Did you call it moot? Somebody got moot.
It's a moot point.
Got a moot point.
No, it's a moo point.
So yeah, we had a bit of a disagreement with the moose, and unfortunately, he lost.
And sadly, because he lost, he died.
Yes,
So we
yeah.
him and wear him and use him.
Did you say and
to-
wear him?
We skinned him and
I mean, I suppose that's
to try to honor his life
good
force.
use of the whole animal.
we didn't want to just let it go to waste. I mean, and we ran into a group of traveling salesmen and were able to trade some moose for some other items of use stuff. So
There's something for me.
it was beneficial to everyone. We just apparently still have a lot of moose left, even though we like.
Got some
Jerky,
real leather
a
face
third of it.
vibes out of wearing.
Okay. All right. Let's. Okay. If everybody's done eating their moose, let's pack up camp.
No, I'm still eating my meat.
Your moot.
As you each get done with breakfast, you start cleaning up your areas and loading your packs until everybody is officially done and ready to go.
All right. I'm going
I have a
to
Circle of
ask Mooney to become the
Nice.
boss.
Become little so I can carry you.
Boss, please, and I will carry you.
Wouldn't it be a brawny thing?
So he spins kind of on like two very barely there feet and changes from a chest into the vase again.
Should ask him to become a necklace.
Yeah, I was like,
Well, he's been a boss before, so I figured that might be easier.
Do they have to see the thing to turn into it, or how do they know what to turn into?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with mimics.
Hmm.
I mean, aside from the ones that Suzume brought to various parties, but I don't.
Parties.
It's not my thing.
It's like it's her party, like. Yeah.
Make a song request of the DJ, Nick.
I locked up in here.
She very rarely hosted parties. It was mostly Lord and Lady Whistlefoot.
We cannot ask her now anymore. I just figured he's already been a boss. Let's go with the boss. Something he knows. So maybe along the way we'll find someone that can tell us a little more about mimics. But I say we get headed on and out of this country.
Well, if we could ever show him how to be a purse.
Where exactly are you headed?
well,
You had the map.
I had the map. What would matter?
She's the map. She's the map. She's the map.
It was just direction.
Do you need to leave like an
There's no map in
inconspicuous
these
note
photos.
to Allie if she ever
I know, but
makes her way
photos
back
are-
here?
Oh,
Because they did this? Yeah.
I guess.
It's like the intonation of your voice.
Where are we gonna leave it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Sorry. I was thinking more flashlight. Instead of that.
Okay.
That's what it sounded like she said.
No, I was wondering about maybe trying to leave a discreet note for Allie. Does anyone think that might be?
How would we leave a note for her?
I don't know. She's asking.
I mean, that's why. That's what I'm asking. Is like, I understand what you're asking. I'm just saying, how do you think we would do this?
There's a nice boulder over there.
Do you have
A nice boulder.
do you have the magic mouth spell or messaging spell?
No.
I can do it for you. 25 words or less, and I can make it appear on that rock when your friend comes back.
25 words.
Allie.
If mid
No, we gone.
Where
It is
where
where
are we
we're supposed
going?
to go.
Springs, then
Be like,
home.
25 words, not 5.
You worked it out into something smaller means your font can be bigger.
I was gonna say Allie headed on to this like you've
Yeah.
headed on
As planned.
as planned.
Headed on, then home. We should
Headed
tell her
on
we're gonna
as
head there
planned.
afterward.
Headed
That's
to
pretty much
Springs
an
as
assumption.
planned.
Headed to Springs as planned.
Okay.
So
Does
I
she
feel like-
know the way?
I mean, I told everyone. I read everybody the note at one point.
Uphill both ways in the snow.
So you're planning to go to the zealots, oh, what are they called? Oh, those stupid monks.
Yes.
Stupid monks.
Yes,
Sounds like you have more idea than anyone else has. I'm gonna pick your brain as we go.
I've done a lot of
Right.
traveling in my career, darling. Yes, it happens with age.
I have not traveled the upper region yet. This is
I don't prefer Laurel's kingdom. Aurelia's is more. How do you want to say?
approvable.
Fair,
Mm.
just. Punishment tends to fit the crime better. Versus, oh, for lack of better example, husband sleeps with somebody else's spouse and they chop off his hands.
His hands does not stop. Now I'm going to stop there.
As I said, the punishment does not suit the crime.
He stole something, just not with his hands.
I mean, I would assume he would use his hands if he's going to be any good at it, but also, anyway.
Wow.
Okay, moving on.
But if you
Fine. Yes.
headed on as
Okay.
planned to Springs,
Okay, so how far? Okay,
Yeah.
so
Headed on to Springs, then return home.
what?
Allie headed on to Springs, then head home.
Okay.
Let's. Hopefully, she'll be there at Springs before we head home.
And if not, some random passerby will see this lovely inscription.
I'll be like, what? Who's that for?
Can we make it so no one else but her?
I suppose I could use magic mouth instead. That will expend a spell for the day. But thankfully for you, I almost always have it prepared. Every now and then you have to send a message to someone.
Well, I very much would appreciate if you would. We don't want some squeaky
Horace was a
greasy
messenger
guy come
bot.
on finding it.
Can you stop talking?
Why could we not send Horace to go find her? Well, we don't know where she is. That might be a problem.
Well, how do
Don't know. Yeah.
messenger birds ever know where they are going?
Maybe you could tell your cousin, really? You're missing another person again.
No.
Cousin. Would that make you Prince Cal?
Oh,
Callie.
secret?
Yes, that is correct. Thank you, Nyx.
And then perhaps you wouldn't have such an issue going through your cousin's kingdom as others would. Queendom.
Yeah.
It's still taking a lot of getting used to.
All right,
Tell
are
me
we
about it.
ready to go?
I see, so let's get on. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. Let's just see how many. Did we? Okay, so.
Did we officially leave said note?
Roxanne Terror. Do not enter this.
Did we
room.
officially leave
Go
said
around
note
the
now?
room.
Yes, she did a couple of hand motions and said a word you didn't hear. And
Okay, I just wanted to be sure.
the rock glowed briefly, and then
Chloe, Chloe,
stopped.
Chloe.
I just wanted to make sure we didn't run off without actually doing it. Get sidetracked.
Okay. So based on my directions,
Let me see it.
Based on my
Based on my directions, I am. Wait, are we in the forest?
Yeah.
Yes, we are in a forest.
We cannot be lost.
I guess that we should done where you're going in the
based
first
on
place.
what my directions say,
I am.
what point are we at?
I am now
Wow.
officially Forest Jesus.
Who wrote this?
You.
Oh, Laura. She did not write this.
Dungeon mummy. Right. And then before we leave, I'm gonna roll just to make sure we haven't left anything.
Well, the mountains are in that direction, so I would suggest, which I believe the springs are, you have to go up this path and then take the one on the right, or is it the fork? Probably the right. And then you'll take the path up the mountains to get to the springs.
Okay.
Usually there's a sign.
Right.
How did I get
Okay.
Oreos?
I say we head the direction of Lord.
She really gave them to you. Nick
Did
gave them to you.
disappear out of
And I was like, somehow I got Oreos.
gift from the gods.
Magic.
Okay, you should be thanking the
I
god
rolled a
gifter
10
of-
just to like look around and make sure everything's good before we go.
Okay. You look around, you don't see anything out of place that should
Fire's
be there
out.
typically. Mm-hmm. Yep, you've done all the good forest fire, Smoky Bear stuff.
You can thank the bear. Thank Perket. Oh, thank Perket.
Not Yogi the bear.
It's not Smoky Bear.
Yogi?
Which is
Yogi?
Okay.
Yogi? Is it Yogi?
No.
Yogi
Yogi
Boo-Boo?
steals picnic baskets.
Yeah. That's what
Hey,
you name.
boo.
That doesn't sound
what's Yogi's friend? He says, "Hey, boo,
boo
hey,
boo.
boo, boo, how about a big one?" What can I say? I'm a mad picnic.
Yogi just doesn't sound right.
Forward march.
Anyway, we're good to go.
Yes.
We're marching on.
We're marching on.
Are we marching towards the door?
No, you're marching that direction.
Ah,
Okay.
now's when we need Allie to give us some music to march to.
I what? Left, left, right.
Sorry, fucking paying attention to me. I'll just go back to my pizza making.
It's all the same to you. I'm not a soldier, so I'll just walk like a normal person.
Can I
I
float?
mean, you do walk like.
I'm sure you do anyway.
Are we by a river?
Yes.
Sure, we can't just like float down the river.
Lay on our
Not
backs and just.
Well, you
To
have to go
walk.
in the direction, right?
This is a fairly small river. If you tried to do that, you would just sink to the bottom.
That's why you float.
Nope.
With us.
Nope. Nom Nom's just missing in action. We haven't.
No.
Nom Nom has been missing since the pickle shits. Right?
No, he back.
Yeah, briefly.
He came back. He started the trip with us, and now we just haven't seen or heard from him since.
That's a lot of cheese.
Because he's not in a park.
We're all like, oh shit, where's Allie? But the rest of us are like, wait, Nom Nom's been gone for like 3 sessions.
Pretty much.
Nom nom, who's nom nom?
It sounds like he's no ill repute if he keeps leaving you.
Right. Well, yeah, that's true.
There was this thing with 2 girls and
Yeah.
dad.
1 cup.
And let's not leave out the
2 girls, 1
cannibalistic
death.
guys trying to
That sounds like a really bad.
keep him.
So you're on the wrong side of a cult. So that will go well.
Okay. Who's
Moving
on?
on. That's
So, continuing towards the direction, can I make sure that we're not passing any herbs stuff or thingies might be needed? That we should have this memorized for something, right?
You can't.
Can't do cold nuggies.
No.
20
eating
plus.
nuggets. There's only one nugget.
Oh.
Easy has
Don't have any trouble like covering your tracks of where you are, like as you're walking away.
Wait, we're supposed to be covering our tracks?
Yeah, we are.
Why?
Because we don't want certain other parties that tried to kidnap
Will
me,
you bring me shit on?
sell me,
Do you want
to follow us.
fruit punch or
It's bad enough for leaving Allie's name on a rock, which is why we covered that up.
It's not got her name. It's just like as soon as she were to come near the rock, they'll start talking to her.
Yeah, but before we're gonna write it on.
Right, but we didn't have to do that because not
Yeah.
Laura had a spell.
To which
No.
saying that's why we did that. So we're doing the same with the cracks.
Covering our butts.
Briefly.
Mhm.
Until you get to the other side of the tall structure. My head just got hurt. I'm fine.
Okay.
So as you start your way through the forest, you come almost immediately to a kind of small river. You probably would associate it more with like a creek. The beds on it are semi-steep, but they're also fairly short. It does, on the side you're currently on, appear to be taller than hell.
For reference,
Mm-hmm.
I am
where's the top?
4 feet. Forgot.
So maybe we should cut across here.
Cutting across the river?
It appears it's
got
slow.
the hell on their back.
I will happily put you on my back.
Remember, I'm wearing armor too.
Oh yeah, I've got 2 packs. He could put you on his back.
So should we?
Come back.
Who wants to test
could
and see
throw
how
you.
deep it really is? Who's the tallest?
I can tell you it's not hell. Well, other than, yeah.
I'm 5'8".
And Nom Nom.
I'm 5'4".
5'1".
All right, I'm going in.
5'6".
Yep.
You dropped out.
You dropped hell?
I just put all my set all my stuff down right with you
You're
guys.
limited.
Yeah. And then I just walk off into the water.
Also, I'm pretty sure these are supposed to be on.
They are. You're right.
What is like right here? It's like
It's a folder, so
I said
the way it sits, it always does this. So I need a
Survival check.
Oh God. I get a nat 1. I just float down the river and die.
Give me Constitution saving throw.
Oh Jesus.
Damn. Plus the saving throws are on the top one.
Oh fuck
Good
me.
God.
Are you kidding?
Is it a 1?
Oh, I have one here. Thank you.
It is.
I have a
it's
2,
Oh,
but I rolled a nat 1 plus the 1.
Yeah, it's a nat 1.
okay. So
I just go floating down the river and just.
when you made your initial jump down, you had assumed that it would be a semi-flat creek bed, and you've quickly turned out that was not the case. There were several large rocks that immediately shifted underfoot, and you found yourself falling into the creek just straight up. So you do find that it's not that deep.
So I can stand up.
You were able to get yourself onto all fours and stand back up, but you are now like officially soaked.
You're not wearing your armor. That will weigh you
No, I
down.
said I put all my stuff.
He set his stuff on the
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, good.
What's the weather? Is it cold outside?
If you make it cold outside by asking that question, I'm throwing you in the river.
No, I would say it's pretty temperate. It's like 72.
It's chilly.
Cool, which is what I wanted to get clarified.
Why don't I remember Capri Sun tasting better than it does?
Well, what flavor do you have?
Pacific Cooler.
That's why.
Fruit punch is better.
I like that one just because
Pacific Cooler is my favorite. Also, it's room temperature, so like maybe that's the problem.
That's also possible.
So I stand up and I just go, it's not that deep.
Maybe I actually don't remember what it tastes like because you know.
And then I start working my way back to get my stuff.
How big is this? Are we going across?
Yes, you have to go across it. It's about 2.5 to 3 feet across.
How fast is it moving?
Like,
I mean, it's
how
moving
long
pretty
is
well,
that?
but it's not. It's
It's-
pretty
it's-
shallow. It's like that deep.
It's shallow, but it's good. It's moving at a decent rate.
Yes.
I think I'm just
If
gonna
we need to
fly
fill
across.
if we need to fill any water containers, we could do it.
Don't we have to boil the water?
I mean, it's better, but it's only if it's moving.
It's moving. It's a
Oh.
faster
Fast
river,
moving
so
is
it's
good.
Safer.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can always fill.
Doesn't
up and
allow
we can always-
bacteria growth because it's moving.
What they said.
Right, but we can always boil stuff.
Yeah.
Too.
I'm just like
but
right now could
we
be the
might as
time to
well
fill up with
fill
somewhat
up
decent
water.
water.
Yeah, fill up water.
It's you that
Skins.
purify food and drink.
Oh, so she could take care of it
Yeah,
all
she
too.
can take care of it too. Yeah.
Remove any toxins or bad things.
AKA it was the thought
I have
was going to
purified food and
sneakily do
drink.
that.
Yeah.
I have purified food and drink too.
It's like, man, we
So
know
we
this is
can-
going to be relatively decent water.
Are they called water skins? Are they
Yeah,
called
we have
pig
water skins.
skins?
Water skins.
Did you say potato skins?
No, I said
Pig
pig
skins.
skins.
Pig skins. I was like, potato skins.
Right.
What is this, TGI Fridays?
Cheesy palms.
Something
No, I
delicious.
feel like it's a certain thing.
It's a water skin.
Yeah, it's a water
Yeah,
skin.
it's a
water
water
skin.
skin.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes,
we don't have
everybody,
canteens.
Let's fill up our water skins while we have water, and Nick or I can purify it and holds water.
It's not made of humans.
I don't feel like that's accurate.
It's totally accurate.
It's made of some kind of skin. Do
It's
you
made
know?
of.
Did
It is
you
made
make
of some
it?
sort of like hide.
Big
Yes.
Water skin.
You didn't make it. How do you know what kind of hide it's
Okay.
made of?
That's
Fill up
true.
your water skin and set them down, and I will do purified food and water.
Moisturize.
We only need it because it's 10 feet range. So everybody sets it in the same circle, and we can do it.
What if you both do it? Will it be doubly purified?
No.
That's disgusting.
Double filtered.
Right. Because I like my water like purified by osmosis.
So you're
With
gonna love
electrolytes
mine.
added in for taste. So like, can you guys do that?
Tell us when you got it.
You know what?
I got mine.
Does everybody have their water skins full and
Yep.
if any spares?
I got mine and
That's
Ellie's
good.
down.
Yes,
Okay,
mine's
set
good.
them down.
Maybe this one's mold.
So
Clear.
Look in the bottom.
It's not clear.
Oh, they were.
No,
They quit doing that.
no. Capri Suns were never clear. That was the like Kool-Aid brand ones that had clear.
Mm.
Capri Sun was smart. They said you don't need to see it, but you don't. Also, whoever owns Capri Sun, don't sue me. I was just kidding.
Sponsor.
Allegedly, there was mold. Alleged.
Honest.
They'll never sponsor us now.
Okay.
okay. So
If they're
everything's
seriously
clear
on
and we're
Netflix,
good. So we can move on.
Yeah.
Yep. Everybody picks up their own
That's right.
water skin.
Yep.
Attaches them to their various, either their bag or their hip or wherever they keep theirs,
And then
and off you trudge.
you
I need to like stand in a fire for a few minutes. And...
You can't stand
Here you
in a
go.
fire.
I'm just gonna have to shake it off like a dog at this point.
That's death.
You are on all fours, so
Well, you
I was.
You could get on all fours and
they could
sleep
do
on
a wind wall, but that uses a lot of strength.
I get.
It's bonfire you, but you might be burned.
I end up on the other side of the seas. Just.
You guys, you could ask Nala to fly you for a few minutes.
Holding on, letting it hang.
Is she in her weight range though for flying?
I don't know. It depends on what they decide to do.
How about we just
We can
swim?
catapult and I can.
I think
bonfire.
I'll be fine.
Chill it.
No, okay. So you need to cross the river, so let us dry you off.
Did we cross the river?
Yes.
She's scared of fire.
All right, let's keep going, guys.
We already crossed it?
Yep.
We crossed the
Yeah.
river.
Cal helped
That
the
was
rest of you get
uneventful.
down without having to, make the same mistakes.
Oh. We should have
Very
had him.
chivalrous.
We should have had him get on all fours
You're
since he was already
welcome.
wet and then like hopscotched up.
You saying you leaping on my back?
Yeah.
Not that you'd have to anyway. You could
I
just,
say I just flew across, so
Right.
I'm
Why are
good.
you worried?
Okay, let's forward code.
Forward, ho.
Girl.
you're finding as you're walking that there's a few different paths deeper into the forest. Like there are possibly other roadways that go through here that people have walked fairly consistently. It takes a while. You're not really also, as a side effect of this, you're also seeing a lot of wildlife currently. So it's pretty just trees and grass and
Which way do we want to go? We cannot get lost.
berry bushes and various things. But you're not seeing a lot of anything else. And this lasts for most of the morning.
Okay.
So you've been
it's a
walking.
pretty boring walk with no music.
Can I roll again to see if
Trying
I
to see
still
What
find
are
it?
you
like
rolling?
have a scene to
Pre-rolling
pick up
now.
Herbs,
Cal,
you
will
a-
you please sing us a song?
herbs and stuff
Sure.
that we might be able to
What
use
song
back
do
at
I-
Nature
home.
check.
H-O-T-T-O. We are hot together. I think that one's
18.
just for Cal because I know that's his favorite.
18.
Rachel's gonna kill
18.
you.
Sure.
She
Yes,
would
you
never.
managed to see if
She's the one who
you.
told me I had to be around for 75 years.
Yep,
She can't take it back now.
I cannot. Yes, you find several bushes that have edible leaves and
It's called-
berries
now it's stuck in my
that are
face.
used for medicinal purposes. You also find a few various types of moss that you know are used as potion ingredients. Also good for like elixirs and such. And a couple of different varieties of mushrooms as you've been walking that you know are also good for either stews and or potion ingredients.
Better edible.
Yes. Editable in a good way and not editable in a you see things.
In a bad way.
Anyway,
See things in the
You know,
head.
hallucinogenic, but not in a fun way.
No.
This is like a nutritious way.
Right, because otherwise it's just ooh, pretty cut. So
okay, so do we
Is
wanna
that sleep
stop
or dead?
and take a rest?
Can I take one of those?
no. What did you say, Cassie? Sorry.
I said, can we stop and take a rest?
Yeah, you've been walking for at least 4 hours at this point.
Who votes for a rest time, guys?
Don't ask me. I always want to rest. IRL and in the game.
I'm good for a rest. I'd like to try these things that you do, which is a meditation.
Why would you?
Instead of
go
rest,
into a
not a
trance.
meditation session.
Don't you meditate too?
Do I meditate? Not really.
I want to see if I can try this thing. and
I
see
go
if
into a
can
trance. That's my.
be calm enough.
You know the.
I can like show you how I go into a trance.
We could do some yoga.
But first of all,
What is yoga?
I need to
I don't know.
Something Allie
Supporting our
mentioned. once.
bodies
at my
Stretching.
plant that I got.
What about it?
to relax.
I need to trim my plant.
That's what she said. I'm sorry. I couldn't. What? She did say it.
About to stab someone in the eyeball with a glittery.
But I gotta
Tree.
say, it was perfect timing because we
Right.
turned a little thing.
Yes, it seems to be flourishing.
Right. I have to trim it because I can't let it bud. I was just looking at myself, so
That's correct. Yes.
I do figure.
Why is it where we're doing monkey see no evil in monkey?
Because I don't want to get stabbed in the eye with a glitter tree.
Yeah. Trying to.
Ow.
She moved on from stabbing.
Stabby, stabby, no more.
Okay.
Yes, you managed to prune it properly.
Okay.
I tried, man. There's no way around it. Just go with it.
Here.
Cassie had to trim her bush. It's fine.
So I go into a deep meditation it's a trance. That's my and you want to
Doing this.
okay, let's see. Let's sit down. Start taking a short rest. Never mind.
They're having their moment, so we'll let them talk.
I'm gonna have
Becoming lovers in the nighttime too.
I'm going to do some contortion of my body, also known as yoga, to relax.
Your feathers.
Are you
You're gonna just ask.
are you also like spreading out your wings to give them a break
Yes.
from being cooped up?
Oh, I'm proud of you
Okay.
for not pulling Matt Mercer there.
You can
Very proud.
check your wings for blue
I'm not.
feathers.
Matt Mercer.
Maybe if you need to take any feathers off, you could pass them around. It's pruning, right? We're talking about pruning.
Oh wait, no. Her feathers. Don't have
You-
one of Horace's feathers.
You have one of hers too.
I want her.
She gave it to you.
Yeah.
We had a whole conversation about why everyone else wanted feathers.
Like a flock morning.
They're lovers in the nighttime. She
But I have
gave
one of
her-
Horace's feathers too.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah. I think they're both in my hair. That's fine.
Okay.
So the what are you
I'm just moving my hand.
See, I think you asked
The
me
dice in my hand. I'm just
right?
for
rolling
one
it.
of my feathers.
I think
But I remember someone
Uh-huh.
plucked my feather, and I took it from him and gave it to you.
Right. Yes, that was what it was.
Correct.
So do you need
Then I-
another one?
No.
Okay.
You're more of an exotic, and I need a feather of exotic origin for one of my spells.
Let's bring
So,
another sandwich.
so it's basically like centering yourself, like deep breathing, trying to zone out the noise. Like the forest works good as long as everybody's not talking. I will not talking because there's no like the forest is good because it's not. There's noise, but there's not like an abundance. It's kind of a calming vocabulary, at least for me. So then you sit and you kind of just let your body relax, and you let your brain relax, and you close your eyes.
Give me a nature check next.
Nature check.
Mm-hmm.
12.
As Thea's talking, you feel yourself kind of starting to fall into a more relaxed state. But you're not like as you watch her across from you, like off and on, like kind of opening up one eye and then the other, checking her progress. She seems to have like almost fully relaxed and is just kind of talking you through it. And she seems like she's almost asleep. You're not there. Your brain's still doing the things.
Okay. My brain's always going. It's not always going on the same
I
track.
said, don't you have to have a brain?
That's
Feel like you don't.
have to
I'm saying you
try-
don't have a brain.
You have to try to
Do you
focus on the noises of the forest to try to close your mind.
Okay.
Quiet your mind.
As
You
soon
can do
as
it
she-
again.
As soon as she closes her eyes, I'm just like over here snacking, and I go,
Okay, that's 20 plus.
This time, you hear like the leaves fluttering lightly in the breeze from up overhead. Somewhere in the far distance, you can hear a bird song. And you can hear the water from the creek river thing y'all passed a little bit ago. And you feel kind of almost like you just suddenly lightened. And that's made your mind blank out and just kind of go away for just a minute. It doesn't last. It's almost as soon as you find yourself finally like totally relaxed, you come right back out of it. But you do feel a little bit more refreshed than you had felt in, 4 hours since you guys been walking.
Okay. Well, that was fun.
She just comes out full volume, just, well, that was a thing.
Speaking of loudmouths, so what'd you do while they're doing that, Cal?
Wow, she just called you a loudmouth.
When the shoe fits.
He
I
did
will
wear
make
it.
this worse.
What?
Will you?
I don't know. I think I was
Shooting a horn, sharpening a blade.
just kind of leaning up against a tree.
A horn to two. Don't give her my
Just leaning up against a tree and kind of light
Meditating
napping.
too?
Give me a nature check.
Oh no.
Anyone that wants to comment about the types of checks I do, I go by what I feel is the closest to what we're working with.
15.
You're in charge. You're the dungeon mom.
Well, I know. I'm just telling that for
Dungeon
anyone that wants
mommy.
to come at me about it. I don't give a shit.
Right.
So,
you're in charge. No.
he's at 15.
Mhm.
You managed to make it into a light nap right around the time Nyx is like, well, that's fun.
It takes a little more than that too. Yeah.
Pick up a
I
rock
actually
and
got into my turn.
pick up a pebble and I toss it at her
I was
head.
curious if my person would ever get to that point. They would relax at that point. The dice was in it.
I said, pick up a pebble and toss it at her head.
Give me a
Pebble.
Ooh,
Pebble.
Pebble.
can I?
No.
give me an athletics check, Paul.
No. You can't.
Maybe?
Dexterity saving throw.
Athletics, you said?
What's the top of the fourth one down?
18.
15?
You manage to like get your hand up, but it basically like glances off your hand and still hits you as it flies past.
Can I act like it didn't happen?
I mean,
Can you?
I'm going to act like it didn't happen.
For a minute.
Sounds great.
For pouring the water.
Hal, what were you up to while we got,
Jump.
you know, the big stretches with the
Let's
wings
start pouring the water.
and the nap times? Were you
Oh,
up to?
baby.
Because I know that.
I
ate
just
some food
invented
and I
the
took
word.
a nap.
I'm gonna say I see she's in her trance and I'm out, so I'm now doing what she's like copying her, seeing if I can make the same motions.
This is
Give
called
me an acrobatic check.
How
I did ask you.
child's pose.
Okay. I told you what I was doing, but apparently I don't need to talk.
I know downward dog.
I'm in 16.
You managed to copy her pretty well. Some of the movements are not quite as fluid as what she's doing, but you also don't have nice fancy black wings to balance out like she does. So you're relying on natural balance.
I'd say if you did pull a phone to let me have it. If you don't, that's fine.
So Hal, what did you do?
So they can.
I ate lunch and then took a nap while everybody else is doing
So like
whatever.
anytime you use it,
Very good.
or you need to plug it.
It takes about an hour of you all doing your various activities, sleeping, stretching, doing the things, to finally get yourselves back into some sort of working order. The only one that probably looks worse for wear out of all of you at this point is Alora, and that's simply because she's an older woman who's been traveling for 4 hours on foot.
Do we need to ask what were you doing while we were doing this?
She was basically just watching all of you until she just was disgusted with you, and then just turned over and went to sleep.
Okay.
She's very judgy.
Okay, we
It
have
is.
this
She is in a
bitchy old woman we
Yeah.
have with us.
We ditch her. What? I don't
I have a feeling she'll ditch you
Shenanigans
eventually.
Could grab and throw to the locals.
Patience for boomer shenanigans.
I'm
It's
doing
hard.
a lot of judgment
I'm gonna
coming off of you.
Say we just cook her up and sell her to the locals.
The local what? Wildlife?
Squirrels.
They don't have
I mean, she's about to be
coins.
sold, so let's not make the woman have to deal with cheese for.
Sure.
Does that mean we're about to sell her?
No,
You
she's
said she's
Can you
about to
edit?
be sold.
she's a part of the group that was going to be
Yeah.
sold.
That's true, she was.
She was one of the people we saved.
She was, yes.
She was the only lady who would talk to us.
She did, yes.
The other one fainted, so
So that was just shush.
yeah.
That was just
Shush.
I missed her. She was so sweet.
Was she?
Yeah, she was such a pretty cat, but it was very sweet. I love some of her new things we did.
Are you all planning to start heading in the direction you have been
Yes.
for a while longer?
yes.
Heading off.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Everybody? Sorry, Allie, me.
21.
12.
Mm.
5.
Oh no.
20 plus.
18.
There's enough high numbers in there. As you're walking further down, further into the forest this time, you do actually run into a road and start following along beside it.
Well,
And it seems to be slightly better traveled than some of the other places in the forest where you've had to like crawl over logs or maybe slide down a small embankment a bit. But it's been overall fairly easily traveled by all of you, even Laura, who does not really engage any of you in conversation, but you can occasionally hear her mumbling to herself.
Can I ask her if she needs a drink or something? If she's okay, if she's ready to go. Because, like, she doesn't have anything, right?
Right? She doesn't.
That's on her. She can just go wandering off with random people. She's not prepared to go on adventures. I'm just saying.
Wow. Blame.
Give
Way to
me-
victim blame.
She's not a victim. First of all,
Yeah, she was.
She was one of the kids.
Wasn't she kidnapped?
She wasn't.
Okay, so, but here's the thing. She had a chance to stay back in a, like,
With Mountain like
Right.
the others.
so at this point, she's not a victim. She willingly chose to go on this with us, and if she's not prepared, that's her own fault.
Yeah,
She's
ask her
giving
if she
privilege
needed a
to
drink of water.
Do you see a ye olde, like, traveling cart for her to buy stuff?
Then she shouldn't have gone with us.
But as a victim, which she was, hold on.
Okay, but she's not a victim in this scenario.
In this scenario, but hold
in
on.
all
But when
fairness,
you
she's being
left,
sold
she
because
was
of
a
gambling
victim.
debt. But
See,
Right.
she's
She-
not a victim.
Well, Rachel, I
Rachel just undid your whole thing.
Right. Yeah, you're
Okay,
done.
she's not a victim. Here, like,
I was
selling
gonna explain that part.
But if she was,
Like,
she was,
you had it until
if
Rachel
she
did
was in
that.
jail,
I mean, okay.
in prison because of her
technically-
gambling debts, no, goodbye.
Technically, gambling is an addiction.
No, goodbye.
Technically, gambling is an addiction, so technically it's a disease, and people struggle with that. So I guess you could say her mental health is not all there and all great. This probably isn't helping over much.
To which being told that you're gonna
Anyway.
be soaked for that kind of thing.
Anyway,
What
Thea
was the
turns around.
question?
Thea turned around and offered her a drink out of her water skin, and she looks at you for a moment, and then she tentatively reaches out and accepts it, and takes a pretty hearty swig off of it. Thank you. That was very kind.
Do you need anything else? I mean, I've got a little bit of snacks if you need anything. Are you okay?
I'm not hungry.
Should we have eaten lunch when we were meditating?
I ate lunch and then took a nap, so that's your all's business.
If
you can't eat yourself.
I would say all of you have your own like packs of like the nuts and berries and stuff.
I'll
that you're
just eat while I'm walking.
basically, yeah. So,
I'm sure Meg. On Monday.
what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought.
I'm just trying to nurse him over.
I'm surprised Nyx isn't talking her ear off.
Let's put it this way: when she was looking at us, got kind of rolled her eyes. I kind of figured it was me who was trying to figure out what the hell I'm gonna do with a break.
I understand that.
Breaks aren't the thing for the Nixie.
I don't understand.
For the
Stopping from our hour walk.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So you would just hand her the water. She hands it back to you, and then kind of looks to you to see if you're going to continue on.
Keep going. Just a short pause to see if she needed a drink. And kind of just keep
I'm
walking.
spry for my age, and I'll keep up. Have thus far.
I'm not saying you haven't, I just
Oh, I know young people see an older woman and think that she's helpless.
you're the only one in the group that I haven't been around in a while, so I just thought I would check with you and make sure you're okay. And offer you a drink. These other ones I know for sure they can take care of themselves. We've dealt with each other for a while now, and you're new to the group, so I just want to make sure you're okay.
Again, very kind of you. Not totally unsurprising given your class, I assume, is some sort of nature person.
I am a druid elf, so nature is my yeah, thrive in nature and
Elf is not your class.
tend to.
Elf is not class.
Elf is my race.
No, elf is species, but yeah.
Do our introductions this time.
We did not.
Oh my god, I don't know who you people are.
Why would you call that out?
Yeah.
She popped into my mind.
Felt like it.
And she's like, I'm a druid.
Well, we're gonna get to it. Don't worry about it.
So I just like to check on people and stuff.
That's noble. You're all just starting to talk and walk at the same time.
Walking and talking.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm gonna look around.
Or
Old
walkie
enough to
talkies.
walk and talk.
11.
Basically a lot of the same of what you've been seeing. Very average landscape at this point in the forest. The trees are dense enough now you can't really see too terribly far ahead or in between them. Like you'd have to actually like go off the road and like actually kind of immerse yourself in the forest to actually go someplace where you could spot various wildlife and such.
At this point, I think we're okay with not having a little wildlife around.
Mm-hmm.
What, afraid you're gonna face another wild moose again?
Probably.
I'm not
that
afraid
thing's
of
Or
very big.
moose.
Such a
Mooses.
I mean, I can change into something to help, but
A snake.
Like, snake's not gonna.
I was thinking more of like
A
a
snake.
bear or a wolf.
But
How's that
Change
owl
your
bear
this time.
going?
She can be an owl
Huh?
now, so she's.
So how's that owl bear
She can
going?
be a bear and an owl.
I'm getting to where I think I can turn into
do
a
they know
bird.
what the game runs
So
by
we're
is?
gonna aim for an owl next time we try something.
Probably isn't called ice.
So then I'm
more like I.
then I'd have each. Then maybe I can
I observe.
work towards
I'm
the
getting there. Hold on.
meshing of them together to one animal.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, that's all that's in my head now because that's what I used to go with it. Sure, I observe.
Does anyone want to play I Observe on this very
Mhm.
long walk?
No, I hate reggae.
Well, then sing a song.
Shoes, more shoes,
Oh
yachts,
god.
more yachts. I don't know words. I can go back to the one. H-O-T.
I've never heard that song in my life. More shoes, more yachts.
I don't. Caviar. I don't know.
caviar, private yachts.
I'm gonna try for this.
The
I don't have enough
gal
jive for
that
this.
plays Penelope in Bridgerton. Nicole. What's the song?
Did you take your thingies?
It's based from an interview where she was talking about what she would do if she wasn't acting.
That cut after this.
And so we'll have to play it for you. Kira. Later.
It just says. She's. Hold on. I'll bring up the thing. She says this one goes out. I'll tell a girl. Hold on. Hold on. I can. It says shoes, private yachts, caviar, more shoes, shoes, private yachts, caviar, more shoes, shoes, private yachts,
Kira,
caviar. What?
we got it.
More
Which
shoes.
is going from
More shoes.
off the path of where we were supposed to be talking
Right.
to switching over into ADHD, wanting to just repeat ourselves over and over again.
More shoes.
Kira.
Shoot. What? That's what.
Repeat.
Look, she
I can't.
You wanted me to sing a song. I found a song. It's not my fault you don't like it.
On that note,
I wanted to play I Observe.
Here you go. I'm gonna share it to the group.
I observed
There you
something
go.
green.
just as you see the sun like fully shifting to be more of like moving into the evening time, late afternoon, evening, you hear the distant sound of flutes and drums.
Okay, so am I going insane?
Yes.
Drums?
No. You should say, can I ask a dumb question?
Drums?
Very dangerous.
He
Anyway,
said
Um,
trumpets and drums and
not
can
trumpets.
we?
oh, well, I
Flutes and drums.
No, but you can, as you move closer towards the direction of the music, you start hearing chatter too.
For telling Alan a new voice.
Can
I like Trixie.
I shared it in the group. So you can get it.
We hear the flutes in the distance.
right.
Mhm.
I don't want to get too close until we can kind of tell.
Wait. Can we tell if they're coming from in front of us?
Yes,
Or in the woods?
it's coming from in front of you and maybe
Okay.
slightly off towards
Knew it.
like one side of the road versus the other.
Okay.
So can we do a
Should we investigate this?
right?
Yeah, I
My
mean,
investigation.
how are you going to investigate it?
Ah.
Describe it to me.
Figure.
I mean, at this point, the only thing we can do is just walk in the direction it's coming from.
Do they sound like the flutes of good people or the flutes of bad people? Because yes,
Can I glance around
There's
to
a
make sure we
difference.
can't see anything different or
Sure.
detect a direction?
Sure, go ahead.
We detected nothing.
Yeah.
In the sky.
I got a 10.
Next,
that
next is
perception?
over. Next is over there. Like there's flutes.
As
What?
you look towards the direction you think it's in, from just above the top of the trees in front of you, you can see a couple of different areas where smoke is billowing lightly.
Is it in the direction we're heading
Yes,
for the?
the way you're currently walking.
Right, we're
So
on
just
a road
straight
towards,
ahead.
towards where we're going. Yeah.
Mhm.
I say we just walk that way.
Well,
Swords
make an
drawn,
intuition.
bows ready, or discreetly ready,
Can
or
we,
just
I
not
say
at
we
all?
just walk that direction. Like
Or we could walk around.
you don't
Okay.
know where it is or how big it is or what it is, so you have to walk in that direction until you can see what it is. Then you can make a plan of whether you're going to go around it or whether you're going to go over it or under it
Okay.
or through
She
it.
seems quite paranoid and you seem lackadaisical.
I'm gonna go above it.
You have wings?
And you just go.
You didn't see me doing my wing stretches?
I was quite tired.
Yes.
Interesting. That does explain some things.
What? Do you have perceptions?
She's
I'm just confused.
just
I'm
an
not being
avian
rude.
featured person, but that doesn't necessarily mean that she is of avian descent.
Like I said,
try
I'm not.
to assume.
I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just asking because every time you've learned something, you say that. You say the same line. So I'm just like, what?
There are certain things that are safe in this world, and there are certain things that are not. I would think a prince would know that. Anyhow,
We can ditch this.
Can I do like they're doing do a magic check on her?
Sure.
Burn, baby, burn, old lady inferno.
20 plus.
you saw her do magic earlier, so you're aware she does magic.
But I don't see any aura, like it's bad magic around her right now.
No, in fact, if you were actually going to look at her aura, it's mostly fine. She's maybe a little ragey,
So stop freaking the bear.
but no more than anyone else you've ever met.
Okay.
In fact, you could almost say she's pretty reserved in just her general way that she shows to
Presents
all of you.
herself.
Presents herself to you all.
Cal, you might as well take all your aggression off on me. You don't need to worry about this lady.
Oh, like I said, I wasn't trying to be aggressive at her. I just was curious about that one line she's used a couple of times.
I'm an actress. It's not my job to come up with what I'm supposed to say for other people's enjoyment. That's the job of a scribe or some other person that is paying me to do my thing.
Okay. That was all. I was just curious.
All right. So are you going to actually fly and see what's up ahead, or
Oh no.
Oh no.
or you would
he
rather go
he
with
was
the
just saying we're gonna go through it and under it and around it.
I'm not
So I
thinking.
said over.
I'm not thinking we like march right into the middle of it. I'm thinking we walk forward until we're a distance away. We can, get an idea of what is going on, and then you can make decisions.
To which I think would be fine if I wasn't for the fact that I'm worried that we see them, they see us.
Well, don't be stupid.
Coming from you who knocks helmets
Like
like doors. Maybe we should get out.
coming through you, we bust through alarm doors like a.
You weren't even there.
I was mad that day. It's your thoughts. You're usually the better one on these.
Buster alarm doors.
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
The one at Lord and Lady Whistlefoot's.
Oh, that's
estate.
the one. You know that giant loud alarm that happened?
Yes.
This dumbass.
Hi.
That would have been right after I had just joined their prison gang.
It's
So.
you.
Now they know we're here.
I didn't sneeze in game.
We didn't see the fox for your sneeze, so.
It's more the tail, but
Okay, so
Right, so let's just keep moving until we can
can
see
we
them.
slow down a little so that we're not as
as you're
loud?
talking to each other, trying to figure out what you're going to do, yes, you would have slowed down naturally.
I'm just thinking like slowing down a little so we're not making noise as we walk. We're a little quieter.
Give me a stealth check.
I knew you were. As soon as you said that, I was like, you just fucked yourself into a stealth roll.
20.
Are we all stealth rolling?
And I'm now an
Dick.
expertise in
You fucked everyone.
28.
Stealth roll.
Damn.
13.
You are silent. You are passionate traits.
Okay.
What am I adding? Stealth.
Stealth.
16.
22.
What'd you get?
19.
So I have the lowest of 13. So
Yeah, honestly, group average, you're barely heard, and the rest of them are basically silent. So,
Did the music get louder?
yeah, as you've been walking closer and closer, you're hearing more noise. Sometimes you can hear that they're obviously like changing songs. So like you're not hearing the same beats of the drum, the same tune off the flute, and
nothing bad like screams or cries or
no. In fact, you can hear people like laughing.
It sounds almost like a festival or a carnival or.
Yeah, but you could also have very bad people playing things and laughing, and the other people are unable to make it.
Don't
Since
hear
when do you worry
screams.
about shit like this?
We don't hear screams. So
I
we know
like-
they're not laughing
like-
in pain.
I'm just gonna go. Information my character doesn't know. Like 14 episodes, and you finally care about that.
Just pointing it out there.
She was, just imprisoned, and she's been through some shit since the first meeting.
That's true.
Because of your band of misfits. Misfit number 1, by the way.
Can I get off the Isle of Misfit Toys, please?
So get them close.
Yes.
For what? What are we getting closer to?
The sound of the
Sound
Sound
of the
of hearing the
It
laughter,
takes you
though.
roughly 15 minutes before you finally see the first sign that this is probably some sort of good thing.
Are they gypsies?
There is a lantern hung on a tree just off the road.
Yeah.
It's very brightly colored and painted, and you can see the flickering of a candlelight from inside of it. As you look down the path that it's right beside, that's marking essentially, you can see the various outlines of people running around and dancing. Again, the tunes are changing, so you're hearing again different change of the flute and the drums.
Sounds like a party or a festival.
You can see tents set up,
Circus.
but they're not like big, elaborate tents. They're more like small. Some of them are probably for like sleeping purposes. Some of them might be for maybe selling of goods.
Yeah, vendors or something.
Hmm.
Are these our wagon people?
You do not see the wagons.
That is a good question.
They're
Though.
way too far away to do any kind of
Or were they
check
going
on
that
them.
way? I don't remember.
They were heading towards Aurelia's kingdom, where you're closer to Laurel's, but still in Aurelia's.
Mm-hmm. So map wise,
Kind of like following the arbitrary line.
right here.
You can choose at this point
Kind of
to
gonna
turn
go
and
around
walk
here.
towards this
This is the
festival, I guess, for lack of a better term, or you can choose to continue on down the road and find your own clearing to bunk down for the night.
I'm going of the mind to keep going.
I was curious about it, but
You could also split the party. Some
hell
people can
no.
go set up camp, and some people can go check out the festival.
I have
I'm
learned.
just
or maybe we set up camp near the festival.
thinking we move on and set up further away,
Further out.
further out from them. Yeah, like walk for another while, and then we've had good dealings and bad dealings with people along the road. So my opinion is to, since they are not right at the road, just ignore them and move on. And
But
keep
they
safe.
might have things we could probably purchase.
We just purchased a bunch of stuff from the people in the wagons.
Yeah, there's some things I need still.
Right, but these are people in the woods that we don't know. And yes, they sound like they're having fun, but we've also just dealt
could
with a
be
lot of stuff.
Yeah, that could be
And my point is that we move on.
Daddy.
a singular.
My point is we move on.
Well, just who knows what their
Who
intent.
knows what their intent is?
They may work well together,
Right, and like we
but not
just,
play well with others.
I mean, you've just been kidnapped.
Oh.
We don't know where Allie is. We've just dealt with a lot.
Greetings, travelers.
Okay, we're
I
not
knew
moving
we
on.
no, I knew we weren't gonna get a chance. I
Yeah.
knew.
You all turn around and see a woman, well, a feline woman standing behind you. Typically they're called tabaxi is the type, but she's got tabby markings, and you can see that she also has, for the more humanoid aspect of her person, she's got long, dark, flowing black hair that's being held back by a headband. She's wearing like a light blue peasant blouse, but you can like still see like the fur going down her neck area, and of course her hands are clawed, and she's wearing several different types of rings, and she's got a skirt wrapped around another skirt that's got like jingly things on it. It's all reflecting off the lights from the various fires just beyond.
I'm gonna discreetly go to the back of the group.
Oh, because it's just a cat and you're a bird.
There are some cats and birds that like each other, though. Just noting that.
We don't know what their intentions are.
Leave. Don't acknowledge. Just walk away.
Hello. Where'd you come from?
From our festival, just over this way. You're more than welcome, of course, to join our festivities, or you're in luck tonight. Our village elder is doing readings for people who are in need to maybe find something that's lost, or
Happening.
Yeah. Oh, now you want to go in there?
I didn't say I didn't want to go in there.
I did.
I said I didn't trust going by there until we found out they were just laughing and dancing. and no one is stuck to poles. There's fire underneath them.
What?
We don't sacrifice people. This is a festival for our people,
I'm deeply sorry. I just saw flames and thought maybe there's something.
for the Roshniki. You're welcome to come into our camp.
Real sneaky.
Roshniki.
How do you
Roshniki. But you're welcome.
did you say her name?
She's not introduced herself as of yet. You're welcome to come in and partake of our various foods for the festival, and
What is a rushniki?
people like me
Mhm.
of the feline variety of descent.
Okay. Nice to meet you.
It's good to meet you as well.
What's your name?
Tashnea.
Tashnea. Nice to meet you, Tashnea. I am Nix.
It's good to meet you as well.
I am Nix.
I don't usually think about people being staked, just so you know. Can you show me this person who does readings?
I believe the elder is got her tent set up, so
What color tint? Is there a way for me to know which one she is?
it's the one that's bigger than all the others.
Big
bright
one.
purple, and there's a line.
Like, perfect. Perfect. What other things do you have there? Is there stuff to sell, or is it just...
There are
Foods and-
various people that have set up some of their wares of the group. Mostly it's things for having fun here at the festival this evening. Some small musical instruments, little drums, like little hand drums, and you can also have a little pipe flute as well.
Okay.
Or you can buy I can't remember what my friend calls them. Basically, they're wooden blocks that have like a hole in the middle of them. And you take a stick and you run it down, and it makes a. And as she does this, you can kind of hear like a purring sound coming from her as she's doing that sound. It's quite fun to play with.
Wonder Valley has one. Anyway. Okay,
But
well,
we have plenty of fish and, of course, other various baked items. If you're willing and welcome to join us.
sounds great.
She's trying not to be seen by captives.
Earlier she was trying to ask me something, but we were in the middle.
Can we confer as a group for a moment?
Of course.
Well, one more question. What kind of food do you partake in eating?
Typically berries and fish.
So nothing with the feathers.
No.
Okay. Good to know.
Dala, you're safe.
We don't typically eat other types of meat. It's fish is what we consider to be
Closest.
culturally
Acceptable.
mhm.
All right.
Good to know.
I'm not gonna tell you they're gonna
Step over
eat
here
you.
for a minute and have a little conversation.
I mean, she had the
Do cannibals go up to you and be like, hey,
Yeah, Hannibal left her
hey, lunch?
and eat you. Yeah.
Well, he's a nice Chianti.
Even my rabbit said you look delicious.
Right. Okay. We have to step away and have a conversation.
Yes, go ahead. If you want to join our festival, please feel free to join us, but I'll leave you to it. I'm going to go back to my family now.
Thank you again.
I don't know
How
about
did
this.
she even know we were there?
Right.
She could see
They
in the
saw
dark.
us in the light. We're under a light.
She has cat's eyes.
I feel no need to go. You seem apparently excited to go, so run along for all I care.
I'm more worried about if he could tell us maybe where Allie might be.
Okay, how long is the line and how long are we gonna have to wait?
We'll know until we get up there.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to keep going on our journey. So, and I don't know if Nala really wants to go.
So if you guys want to set up the tent and start everything, we'll get there soon.
Who's going with you?
Whoever wants to, or I can go alone and I can meet you.
I'm tempted to go and join their little party. I've heard of the Roshniki. They're usually fairly welcoming to strangers.
You can see the wall with the writing on it.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta go in.
Mm-hmm.
You don't
No,
have to.
we can split the
You
party.
say, can you see the wall with the writing on it?
both,
Ignoring the wall, Paul.
like both times that it's been suggested, let's not go. A random cat shows up, and now the other person in our party is like, "Hey, let's go."
You're just okay. First of
No.
all, everybody was standing in the middle of the path, basically having a conversation where there's a light already posted. So
People who can see in the dark.
right, you were going to be spotted eventually if you did
We
not
didn't know they
move.
could see in the dark.
Yeah, we didn't know they were cats.
Hey.
We didn't know, no. Which is why I said from the beginning we shouldn't even get close.
And now you want to
Technically,
run
we
in
saw
and
this
play
this
with them.
morning.
Because they're kitties and
When
everyone
you-
with their stomachs.
Right, and that means I have the gin thing.
I
But
do
still,
not
what?
suggest
The egg, I
touching
think.
their stomach.
It's joke.
Okay,
Mm.
okay. Someone needs to go with Nyx if she's going in. I am not going in.
Pigs can't be allowed to be
The
around.
whole party dies, and you're the only one that lives.
No, I don't think Nala wants to go in either.
I
Nala has deer in
think
headlights.
Cal should go with Nyx. And I'll stay.
And Laura. So you're taking the
Laura.
old lady and those two. Okay.
Cal,
Mm.
try not to kill her.
Good luck.
No, kill her.
We won't be sad.
Don't find her.
Maybe don't find her.
Man, Thea is
gotta-
not forgiving you for the last thing that happened.
We gotta figure out how to.
Blame her.
We gotta figure out how to endear Nyx to people a little.
Don't let go around people. That's how that
You
works.
open a door and set off alarms everywhere.
I got taken.
This scene just doesn't endear her.
So, yeah.
And they got taken and you came and rescued her.
Like, just. I mean,
Yeah,
I
I'm
think we
gonna
should start
go
ditching
set up
parties.
camp. They'll go with you.
Yeah.
All right, so the three of you head down.
You're very
further
fucked,
the
you
road-
cat people.
The three of you head down the road further and look for the first clearing that you can see just off the road to set up camp. You two and Alora walk into this very festive atmosphere where you can see lots of different cat people, mostly, with some other varieties of people who have obviously been either traveling with them or maybe happened upon them like you did, that are of different varying species. Everybody's laughing, having a good time. Everybody seems to be eating roasted fish of some sort or little berry pies. It's primarily what you see. As you look around, there's like maybe 7 or 8 different what you would consider vendor tents. And then at the back part of the area, there's a much larger tent that's done in various drapings of like silk, like a purple silk on the tent. Very flowy. And there is a actual line of people that are standing out in front of it, as though they're waiting their turn to talk to someone. It's not super long. There's like 4 other people in line.
Okay, so it'd
Yeah,
probably be okay
yeah.
for us to go stand there.
Show the hiccups.
We're gonna
Um,
stand in line so we're not gonna lose
Yeah,
that
let's do
spot.
it.
Are you willing to come with us or are you wanting to disperse and look around?
I'm going to go get fish and a tart.
Okay, well, if you want to meet us at the tent, you're more than welcome to. And let us know if you decide to stay with this party or if you decide to continue on with us.
You should tell her to get some supplies for her.
Does she
Okay,
have any
obviously
money?
If she's gonna go buy fish and a tart,
It's free. It's a festival.
whatever.
It was a good suggestion. I just had already thought that.
Oh yeah, somebody else feed her, so we don't have to feed her.
I'll
So,
sell her some.
Alright, let's get in line. Let's get this
This isn't
done
paid.
so we can go.
So typically how I understand readings, just so you know, I don't know if you've ever been to one. Have you?
No.
Okay, my understanding is typically with readings, if you go in with any other questions, it could blur the question that is important to you. So we need to be on the same page entering into the tent of we need to know if Allie is still on this plane and if she is okay and safe,
Mm,
or if we should be traveling in a different direction to find her.
Or if we don't care. I'm just kidding. Me just like a bully.
You wait for probably 20 to 30 minutes. You see different people coming in and out of the tent. Obviously, people in the line are the ones going in. That's coming out. Almost everyone that leaves seems to walk out with an air of like happiness, or like maybe they've gone through something, but it's like there's a weight lifted off to a degree. So far, you don't expect there's going to be anything bad happen when you get in there. There's only one other person ahead of you that's already in the tent at this point.
You get a hypnotist for this person.
And that's what you're thinking? Okay, please don't go in thinking that. Are you saying this aloud, or are you
No,
saying
it's in my head.
I'm going to back away from you guys for a second. So, the three of you went to set up. I can't. You found a pretty nice clearing. It's not like super big, like the one that you just passed where all the partying was going on. But it's like a small little offshoot from the road. Big enough for you all to set up your hut
Big
thing
tent.
and
Yeah.
get a good fire going to keep warm overnight.
Okay.
Do you have anything that you're going to start doing as the light's fading? Besides just setting up the camp.
Figure we cook up some more meats to have for everybody. Yeah, the short one would be.
Is that one you?
No,
Oh, this
that
one's
was me.
Mhm.
And
Do you
just-
want to? Here.
She got the giant one cup.
I have these ones.
You're like, poof, let's see it.
Yeah.
I should make some tents at some point. Anyway.
Mhm. Okay. So, kind of cooking up some meat and just, then I wanted to see if maybe I could try turning into a bird.
Okay.
But I was thinking something, I don't know, if I should start with just something small like a finch or something. Just to kind of, something small that I could maybe just kind of flap around a little. See if it's nothing too big that would be, like, since haven't been a bird.
Right. Okay. Okay. You will need to give me a performance check. Okay. So you feel that you kind of feel the internals of your being shifting around, trying to like decide on the right shape.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel the weight of your limbs kind of changing, as though the majority of the interior of like your arms are fading into the torso of your body, as though they're trying to lighten themselves, like preparing for that, hollow feeling.
Mm-hmm.
As you start to like gently flap your arms up and down, you can start to see the sprouting of feathers.
Mm-hmm.
The first couple times you try this, that's about as far as you get. The third time, you kind of get a little bit more of a hopping, running start. And it's on the like fifth step you take that you finally find yourself up in the air.
Flying around Nalathek.
Well, it worked. Look at you.
Is she an owl?
I'm not here, but
Finch.
I went with a finch because I haven't turned into a bird before, so I figured something just kind of small.
Small to start.
Yeah, to just kind of see if it works turning into a bird before I try something a little bigger that's going to be a little more.
Gotcha.
Small and simple. Just kind of fly around a little bit.
Horace, who was sticking with Hell, choosing not to have gone with Cal.
And the choice for us.
my bird is a damn sassafras.
Kind of is looking at you with a mixture of like curiosity and like, to hell? What happened to the person?
You're a finch. And Horus is a what?
Falcon.
Is he gonna eat
I was
me?
gonna say he's gonna see you and be like,
Food.
But he watched me change,
okay.
so he knows.
He's more curious than anything at the moment.
Yeah.
Because where did person go?
Right. He's like, there was person, now there is bird. What? 'Cause it's not like we don't feed him.
Right. All the animals get fed.
Mm,
And by all, I mean the mimic and the bird.
Right.
Yep.
The mimic had its food for the day this morning.
well, the mimic's tiny. Horus, eat it.
It's a vase. He's
The
not going to eat a
mimic is a
vase.
vase right now, yes. Mooney is a vase right now because that was easier for
That's right.
travel.
I forgot you did that.
Yeah, but just looks like she's just carrying this vase of flowers everywhere she goes.
It's better than a shoes.
Yeah.
Or him trying to keep up on his little legs.
Yes.
So, yeah, I need to work on a different shape for me.
Yes. Definitely.
But
We'll
maybe
work on that next time.
Yeah.
Well, I figured I would maybe look for object real fast, see if there's anything small that would be easy for.
You're not at the camp with them.
No, I'm at the other camp. I figured I'd make
We haven't
Not
gone.
back with you
We
yet.
haven't gone back to us yet.
So,
objects for him to turn into.
I mean, you certainly could when we get to you. I'll be more than happy to discuss.
No. Just brain thought.
okay.
They
So,
said it,
I
and
think
it
I'm
just
going to
came.
go ahead. I just kind of wanted to try, and I think I'm going to go ahead and after 10-ish minutes, so, like, change
Could
back.
mimics look like fire?
No, they're not elemental beings.
Okay, so they can't mimic a fire because that's not something to
It's
be
not
mimicked.
solid.
Solid.
Fire is an element.
They're not gonna
not
be.
an object.
They can't really change their
Gotcha. That's the words I needed.
matter. Like they can't really go liquid
Yeah,
or
that's
gas.
It's like fire is an element, not an object.
So an object like glass would be fine because it is an object.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Gotcha.
Like, I mean, you can touch fire, but it's not like
It's not like a regular.
right.
Right.
Like you can touch gas and you can touch water, but it's not the same as like holding
Solid
an object.
So
Solid object.
you all have set up camp, and Thea has been practicing becoming a bird. She became a finch, and Horace, who had stayed with you and was like standing on your
Boy,
shoulders, was like,
cat.
"What the heck happened here?"
And Horace wants to be changed into okay. Yeah, I went with a finch because they're small and I didn't want to do something super complicated for the first time turning into a bird. I think that's your perceived. Still, it was my first time turning into a bird.
And then
So-
she changed back.
Now I'm changing back. Okay, that's the plan for you.
You are caught up to speed on what has happened in absence.
Sorry.
What do you do while you're?
Okay, so while Thea was doing that, I was sharpening my blades of my daggers and swords and all that. And while I was doing that, when I was rummaging in my pack, I found a bracelet that Nyx had given me. And I was like, oh yeah, Nyx gave me a bracelet.
Mhm.
And I thought to myself, I should probably try to attune to that. So I'm going to try to do that.
Right, very good. Okay, give me an Arcana check. It's
It's
No, it doesn't
understood.
matter. It's a 0.
intelligence.
It's a 5.
It looks like a really pretty bracelet, and you're able to get it like on your wrist, but it does not last. It just like you barely get the clasp closed on it before it just pops open again.
Okay. This is why I didn't do it earlier.
Maybe Thea can teach you.
You're not there, Nixie.
I know. I keep doing it.
She's
Yeah,
turning into a finch. She's busy.
She hasn't attuned to her own cloak yet, so.
You were waiting on a moon.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
A full moon. Yep.
Miss Hell, what are you doing?
The last full moon it didn't work, so we gotta wait till the next one.
What am I doing? I guess I can do like gnaw it and sharpen my weapons and clean my armor or something.
Very good.
Just chill. I would go to sleep, but I feel like it's early.
Yeah, just a bit. It's probably like between probably 5 and 6:30ish in the evening. Okay.
And it's already dark.
Yeah, it's the time of year you're in. Okay, switching back over to Cal and Nix.
Now you can talk.
Are we going in the tent now?
The last person that was in there before you has just left, and you hear a voice from inside. You're welcome to come in now.
Allie. We're thinking Allie.
Yes.
Okay. So
Where's Allie?
we're walking in.
You're not that. Anyways, so you walk in. The entire space is filled with like colorful trinkets and potion vials. There's a table set up like you would expect to see at like a fair where they have like someone doing like predictions over like a crystal ball sort of thing. But this, while your first thought, because you've seen places like this before, you've done this con before, or people have done as a con, is to think that that's what it's going to be. But then you see some tools that are also on the table that seem more legitimate. So, skepticism maybe, but
Mile.
you've never seen anything like this. This is not your preferred thing, not your preferred medium. So you just kind of walk in looking at all of the very shiny, sparkly things.
Can you trust me on this? Trust me throughout this.
I'll let you lead.
Hi, ma'am. Hi, ma'am. We are
Is it a
hoping.
ma'am? Sorry.
You said
You're
they
not
said-
here, Thea.
I know. Sorry. It's just
It's hard, isn't it?
I don't want to.
Right?
Just
The lady at-
stereotype.
The lady at the light said something about a woman doing the big tint.
I am the village elder, Elosi. Welcome to our celebration. How may I help you this evening?
We are in search of knowledge of a person, and we were informed by one of your people outside the tent that came to greet us about your festival that you might be able to give us guidance in spiritual side.
I'll certainly try. If you would both like to have a seat. Do you have any item of the person you're looking for?
First, let's speak how much this is going to cost.
This is a service I offer for free.
For free? Okay. I take out the wrapped pieces and I slowly unwrap each piece and put them back onto the fabric without touching them myself.
Where did you get the stone?
This was a gift. It was a statue. The stone was a part of the statue.
It is a protection stone, for lack of other words for it. When it was a whole statue, it would have guarded against being charmed, maybe being injured to a certain degree. Could have been a shield of a sort. Broken as it is, I could see it still being used for its shielding property because that's what the stone does. I don't know its effectiveness for you. You might want to see someone that's more well versed in stone magics for that.
So we were informed danger would come to that who broke it, and the person who broke it is now missing. Is there any way you could reach out and see if they are within the realm still, or if they've been taken outside of it?
She reaches over and picks up one of the larger pieces. Clear your minds of everything except for the person that you're looking for. And she kind of runs her hands over it. Her various rings that she's got on each finger are like kind of clinking and clanging as she does it. I feel that she is still here, but it feels as though she was not herself when she left.
Not herself in what way?
As I said, the stone would have guarded against being charmed as its whole being. But there's a presence attached to the stone, as though it's been carried a long way. I don't. Again, I'm uncomfortable telling you genuinely about this particular stone, as it's not my forte, but I've not seen a stone quite like this one in all my travels.
The Golden Center has me caught.
That's part of it. There's
It feels intrinsical.
a magic to it that's not a common one I've seen here. And that gives me pause. But I'm
Here, but could be elsewhere?
yes, but not elsewhere as in our elsewhere.
But outside our realm.
Yes. That's the feeling I get off of it. Unfortunately, I don't have more I can probably offer you at this time.
This is better than we even imagined to know, so that's at least a start.
Is there other things that you might be having, be searching for besides your friend?
How much dad by picking up mail?
Cal, I believe she can be trusted if you want to ask yours. It is your choice. And if you wish for me to leave for this, I can.
I don't know what question I would have to ask.
Can I have your hand, child?
Looking for something?
Huh?
Can I have your hand, child?
Wrong way.
That's fine.
No.
So he lightly touches his hand to hers. You can feel the coolness of the rings against your palm and the very light scrape of her claws. You're searching for someone else besides your friend. Someone closer.
He's like, "Oh, I got him."
This person was someone slightly maternal to you? She's here. She's not here. She's
Elsewhere.
yes. But I sense darkness around her, which does not feel like an aura. It feels more physical. It would maybe suggest that she's exploring one of the dungeons that used to be around for, what did they call it? The training of heroes.
Okay.
She might be in one of those dungeons. I'm sorry. That's all I'm getting. I can't tell if she's, healthy or.
Well, thank you for that information. I'll attempt to apply it.
That's all we can do when we get guidance. Do you have anything else?
I'm not really searching of anything else.
We're all looking for something.
All right. Tell me what you can see.
Again, she touches hands to you.
Your claws are very nice and tickly.
Yes, I like to keep them sharp.
It's a good idea.
I wasn't sure if it was the dog, one of the dogs, or Frank that you were talking to.
It appears to me that you've lost a lot in your lifetime. Both parents. I'm sorry for that. I can feel the various energies, not just from your companion, but from the residue of the others as well, that you've been traveling with. there's potential. These could be the people that lead you down a good path, a path that will bring you happiness. There's some. She takes her hand away from you. There's a butting of heads currently with you and this group. As though you're not all used to working together
No, we're not.
on a team.
I will say part of it is my fault. As I say that, I look at Kale. Cal. Kale.
Kale.
Thinking of Kale.
Wow.
Cal.
Hail.
No,
That's
his
Okay.
name is Kale. now.
Wait, because she's always attached to him, so whenever I think of them both together, I think Kale. It's my brain. Anywho, not her brain, my brain. Well, no, technically it is her brain.
Oh Lord. Moving on.
Moving on. The whole thing is though, I started the group in a very rocky state, and I also do have a tendency to still play by myself, but I am working on letting others join the game with me.
It's
Serena could have a D&D session all by herself.
it's
And
hard.
in the most loving way possible.
It's hard to make yourself a component of a working machine versus being a single cog on your own. As she says that, you see her like glance down like your tool belt, like your like set of tools that you got that hang on your side more often than not. Every piece is important. Maybe it would be good to find the why first. Why is this person important for you? Try sharing that with them on a, on a level that they'll understand. I've also found that doing activities together helps.
Like I observe.
Okay, not yet.
Wow.
Okay. I get what you're saying. You are wise.
That is why I'm the elder. Yes.
So with their lives.
You live to old age, you begin to be a little bit more on the knowing of things side of things.
But there's also the more that you already carry. But thank you. We will be on our way. Your line might grow if we stay here longer.
Probably not. Most of them had already come through before you.
Ready?
But do make sure to enjoy the festival before you leave. Maybe seek out any tents you see that are of any interest to you. And make sure to grab at least 4 fish for your avian companion.
Ah, okay. Thank you. I will. And I will tell her that I come from you, so she will know.
I'm not falling for it, she says. It's your trashy kitty salmon out of here.
So where would you like to go next? As we go out the door, Paul, where would you like to go next?
I don't know. We should stop and get some fish and then probably join the group again.
I do want to go ahead and poke around and see if there's anything in any of the tents. I know we've talked about the mimic, and I know there's a few items that I just still have not found that I have been looking for.
I knew you wanted to be here longer.
It should not take too long. If you want to go ahead and go grab the fish for everyone, we could have it tomorrow morning for breakfast at the least.
Bet. I'll go get fish.
Fish and pie, both.
And what?
Fish and
little fruit
pies.
tartlets.
Oh,
Whatever you want to grab, and we can carry it.
pies, got it.
I give you a little sack to put it in.
Thank you.
Okay, you both separate. He goes off to find the foods. You go off towards where the various vendors are.
And I kind of want to look around and make sure I still see Laura.
Allura,
Allura?
she's sitting with a group of older women. They're just seeming to chat like they're all old friends.
So she seems happy and good. Okay.
Yep.
First hint.
The first tent you kind of look in on appears to be books. There's a couple of lanterns set up so that people can peruse through the selection. It's not like an expansive selection, but there's quite a few different types of books in there.
Anything like from the library that I was looking at?
Not like fine volumes that would have been like bound really nicely on like hardcover.
Don't care about that part. Just more maybe the titlings or what's in them.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
You know what? I was gonna set these down and always ask me. Yeah. Okay. Perception is we're at 12.
You don't see the particular books that you were reading, like the exact titles and stuff. You do, however, see like a one that says like a guidebook to the northeastern coast of the continent of Pisces. So that kind of is interesting. There's someone that took the time to actually make a guidebook. There might be information about, say, the springs in there, maybe. You think, possibly. You also see a book on medicinal plants. And you also see a couple of volumes on, you assume they're probably about potions, given the image that's on the front of the book. But they're not, like, they look very not fancy. Like someone's like hand stitched these together, and you can see that there's some obviously like some inks blotches, and maybe stains from other various things.
Like them trying to make the potion.
Yeah.
Can I kind of flip through some of these books and see if they're really worth getting?
Sure.
Okay. Flip through the map guide one that kind of just to see if the springs are in there.
There are 2 different springs listed. One of them is in like the lower part of the region. You think it looks mainly in the opposite direction of where your guys are currently heading right now. But the other one is called the Watchwary Springs, and they appear to be in the direction you're going.
Interesting. Potions. I kind of flip through it, and do I see anything worth?
You see some potions that you've heard of before, like Fairy Fall and Longstrider, things that might allow you to either, like, for instance, Fairy Fall allows you to, like, float instead of just fall off of something high.
Kinda
So you might, like, not die on impact.
Which would be nice, especially since we're
Longstrider.
talking about catapulting me. That would be nice.
Right. And then Longstrider, like, lets you move twice your, like, movement. So instead of going 30 feet, you get 60 feet in one go.
Okay.
Then you see other fun ones that, at least by title, you don't know if they'd actually work without trying out the components yourself.
And then the last one was the herb one.
Right. Mainly it's different pressings of plants that some you've seen as you've been traveling, but some that you're not quite as familiar with. And then on the other side of the page is like a description of like where it was found and what it did.
What it could be used for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How much are these 3 books?
You see a pretty rotund, gray cat man standing nearby. I haven't had many interested in those, so I'd probably let them go for 5 silver.
You know what? Here's my silver. Thank you so much.
Enjoy the festival.
Thank you. Next tent.
This appears to be mostly like wooden wares. Things made out, mainly got like bowls and plates and silverware, and then platters for serving, as well as other various like tools and puzzles and such.
Okay. Anything like like stick like, but like I don't. No, never mind. Never mind. I'm gonna move on. The next one. Something different.
The next tent is filled with clothes that someone has obviously hand stitched. You see like dresses and shirts, kind of in the style of what Tashnea was wearing when you first saw her. There's also like tunics and pants and some cloaks as well.
Yeah. Nope. Moving on.
Okay. The next tent has various shiny metal trinkets. So, like small, intricate pieces that probably someone has sat there, like actually, like crafting by hand and sculpting out to look like certain things. You do see some that are like for particular purposes, like you see a like small hand mirror.
So I know Thea has a staff. Is there anything that would be like able to wrap around the staff? Like it is like a wrap to go around the staff.
Give me a perception check.
20.
Okay. You see a couple of things that could probably be, if not actually attached to the staff, could be tied to it. And based on your general, like, knowledge of things, they seem to be. There seems to be some sort of magic to them. You are not familiar with this type of magic. You just can recognize that it's a magical item.
So nothing maybe a mimic could make though.
They're typically gonna make like an actual object. So like near you where you're standing right now, you can see like a fine silver rattle. They could make that.
Okay.
You also probably could see like a brooch or.
Can you tell me more? And I'm kind of looking at the ones that would wrap and attach to her staff and have magic to them. What is the magic that is in this?
Mainly they're for offensive capabilities for people that aren't willing to kill, but would rather like maim or incapacitate someone.
Okay.
Without necessarily killing them off. That's the main proponent of them. Some of them can attune and can grant the user certain other abilities. But
abilities, can you specify?
For instance, the one that you've got near your hand, that one's got a special attunement that if you can see moonlight and it reflects off that part of the staff, the person holding the staff can teleport up to 30 feet into another patch of moonlight.
Okay, that is good. And how much is this rattle and this piece here that can attune with the light?
That piece for the staff would be about 5 gold.
Okay.
It's a little bit more rare. The rattle, 2 silver.
Okay, and how much for the piece, whichever one of these pieces is for more of the offensive to like the cat?
He looks through a couple of his other.
I would like to note they might use it on me, so be gentle.
It sounds like you might want to make better friends, miss.
They deserve to knock me out at least once.
Alright, then. Kind of goes through his inventory really quick. Yeah, this one, it's a typical use is more for binding. You whack some over the back of the head with it, and it binds their hands together.
I like it. Okay. How much would be?
Again, it's a magical item, so 12 gold at least.
12 gold. Yeah. Okay. Here is 12 gold for that one. You said 12 gold for the
10 for
first
the other, I think.
10. Here's 10 for the other and for the rattle. That silver.
And this is what you have.
Here's how much? It's 5 silver.
What?
I said 5 for the other one.
Was it 10 or 5?
I think I maybe said 5. She's right.
I think she said 5.
I gave you enough gold and silver.
Yeah.
But we'll look back at it and I'll mark it.
I love how she tells you. She's like, I gave you it.
I gave you enough. What? Just
She's right. It's fine. Anyway.
if it's 10, then I turn. If it's 5, then I just gave extra.
I'm like, I remember 5.
I think she said 5 silver for the first thing. Unless that was something else.
No, it was 5 gold.
It
Not
was,
no, here, you got
Something else was 5 silver.
it was the books for 5 silver.
That's right.
That one I did remember.
I don't know. Replay. Sit replay. The flag's down.
Play.
Every time you link back to Chip.
So I'm just gonna double check. There's not anything for stones or
Yeah, I've been to a stone tent yet.
is there a tent that
Yes.
is a stone?
Yes.
Okay. So I kind of keep walking until I get to that one. That's the only one I want to get to next.
Okay. What are you looking for in particular there?
I would like to double check and see if I see anything that is the I'm gonna say the name wrong. I know I am. Tourmaline.
That's the bracelet you gave me.
I forgot my crystals.
You did forget your crystals.
Oh no. I was gonna show them you.
Sonic live far away.
No, we do. Hours and hours away.
I live 30 minutes away. Ouch.
Yeah, thank God.
That's the bracelet you gave me.
Wow.
It is, yes. You
You
do see
know
a
it.
couple.
I straight talked shit to her face and she didn't even.
Some that are like in the shape of like wands, and then there are a couple that are done where they've been like I can't think of what it's called, polished down into being more fine pieces that could actually be like worn or something.
But not really built right now to be worn, just ready to be worn.
The person who's in the tent is probably sitting there putting together a piece when you enter, and you didn't like immediately look at it when you walked in because you were looking for that particular like item that's stone type. But as you turn back around there and heading maybe towards the exit more, you can see that it's a pendant.
Okay. How much are your tourmaline pieces?
It's pretty rare for this region, so it would probably be more or less around 15 gold.
15 for each?
Yes, each piece.
And how many of these pieces do you have? Do you have any behind with you?
I've got 4 other pendants like the one I'm working on here, and probably 1 bracelet. That was a little bit more intricate. It's like a knotted look to it, where all the like pieces link together. So that would be probably an additional 5 on top. So more like 20 for that. The pendants are easy. It's more or less just make a hole and then find the right kind of banding for it.
Okay.
Hardest part's just finding the damn things.
Where do you find these? What region?
The southeastern portion of the country, towards where the mountain dwarves typically live.
Okay.
I've got special permission to go mine out that way.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the pendants. Well, how much is this wand piece over here?
A wand will be 25 gold.
25.
You have to be careful not to crack or break or chip them.
Oh,
While still
great,
being
like Ali's
safe.
statue.
Yeah. Well, I've got a specific thing I want to do with this one. For that exact person, too. All right. How much again for the pendants?
20
sorry.
apiece.
20 a piece.
No, 15 apiece. 15 apiece for those, 20 for the bracelet, 25 for the wand.
Every time you ask, she's gonna raise it.
I would.
Which is where I lost it. I lost count because I was counting the pieces and then I lost the money.
Someone was detected into a paper ring.
We're
Okay.
popular
The
today.
speaker rings.
We are popular today.
Well,
It'll go off again in a minute because your dad or mom will go pick it up. Whatever it is.
The bracelet, I'm afraid that's going to get broke off too. 20. No.
For an additional 5 gold, I can put an enchantment of toughness on them to give them a little extra protection against breaking.
I have a piece that I have made for a person that goes on their arm. I'm hoping I can somehow bind the wand to it to keep the wearer from being, well, basically for being protected even further from harm than what they've already endured. Do you think the wand would be able to be strong enough for that if we put that spell on it?
Is it being shot or
It is
hit someone?
It is a metal piece that ejects out to help with like stabbing. Sawing off a rope, stabbing them, basically to keep their arms protected better than they were.
You'd want more like a dagger sort of deal instead of a wand for that purpose.
So the wand, I was thinking, the piece is like up here. I was thinking of attaching this wand here beside the piece that ejects out the knife for the stabbing of the things.
So it's not actually going to get shot anywhere.
No.
It's just
Not
mainly
shot,
for
just pops, basically. Spring.
just pops. Okay, in real life for a second. Are we talking like a Swiss Army knife sort of deal?
No.
Because like I'm not
Ali's-
seeing the vision.
Ali's thing that
Right.
springs out.
Right, which was
It doesn't really shoot. It just kind of springs out.
right, but we're
Wait.
talking about where is the tourmaline supposed to sit?
So here's the
So
thing.
not understanding that part.
Okay, here's the thing that goes. Okay.
Right.
Here is the stick. I want to put it beside,
But why?
because then she has a piece, just like I'm making a piece and trying to find other pieces.
But why in the contraption is my question.
Because I'm thinking that's where she would wear it the most. She wouldn't really take it off, and the whole point is to keep them protected at all times.
I mean, the pendant could do the same thing, or the bracelet, especially with an enchantment on them.
She just broke a stone.
If it's got an enchantment, she probably wouldn't be able to break it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do the pendants.
Sounds great. I have 4, so that'd be 20 times 4, 80.
15 times
80
4.
cool.
No, it's now
20,
80.
Yeah.
And now I'm broke again.
Yeah.
80 cool? Here you
Yes,
go.
thank you. Thank you for your business.
Thank
Shit.
And I find Cal. I actually want to go up to the lady and see if she is still wanting to leave with us.
When you go to Allura, she's having fun, or appears the most fun you've seen this woman have at this point. She's actually smiling, which is weird.
So,
Yes, can I help you?
we just want to double check on you. And did you want to stay longer? I'd like to wrap things up for us.
Actually, this group has very graciously allowed me to travel with them from here. So,
Just
Wow.
getting us that fast.
Yeah.
You really want to complain?
One day.
Praise all the beauties.
That's
You want to
That
keep the
judgy person.
judgy woman with us. Come on, man.
I'm just saying.
There's a lot of comments coming from them. Let her walk behind us and nearly starve to death. Yeah.
Blame her, man.
We saved her.
Don't you blame her.
She's just going to leave us for the first people she meets.
Let her go, baby. Let her go.
Thanks the God.
You're not in elementary school anymore.
I know
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
you, but I raised my hand past elementary school.
Same.
I did too.
I mean, I just fucking talk.
You a bad kid
All
in
the problems.
school.
Anyway, go on.
I'm gonna talk amongst all of that. You do all the time. Trying to stop, can you not tell?
No.
I am so glad you found some good people to be with. I do hope that you stay safe out there.
Okay.
Thank you. I hope that you do as well.
Welcome, bubblegum.
Please do try to stay away from the group that
Did you
you
eat all the
just
other
left.
stuff
I know
already?
that was a very upsetting situation for me,
Hmm?
and I'm hoping that you don't have to endure that again.
I think I'll be fine with this group. They seem like a
Yeah.
Good heads are great to keep around. That's why I stay around
you-
our Mary
you were
Barrett if they're
minced
misfits.
Yeah, I ate all of it.
Right.
You don't eat.
Good luck to you and
Gum.
your group and your
I'm
ventures.
here. You can give me
Thanks.
more gum. That's fine.
Okay, I'm with heading to Cal.
More to Google. Why?
Next walks up to you. You've been loaded down with enough fish.
Satan just appeared.
She's a demon now, and you should leave her on the side of the road. Not reading.
You was not answering anything else. Anyway.
Wow.
When you find Cal, he's loaded down with enough fish and tarts for all of you to have at least 2.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Plus enough for Allie to have some if she were to randomly appear as well.
Well, any more?
No, okay.
Everything seems fine?
Yep. Found the things. Waited for you for hours.
For hours.
Shouldn't take me that long.
20 minutes. Just for the in and out.
Hours.
I tried to be quick, and it was not hours. Thank you very much. I'm glad you found some stuff, and it looks like, did you maybe sample some?
Nope.
Okay, well, you just have
Are you-
blueberry on your chin still
Yeah.
from lunch. Let's go.
Guys, it's official. I think they've been eaten. They've been gone far too long.
At that time, we come traipsing back in.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's
mixed
gum.
would be a law.
Right. I'm like, don't just.
So much
I thought you were
trouble
just
for
saying that.
losing Cal.
Yeah,
I didn't lose Cal. She did. And I would tell his aunt that. I'd be like, he wasn't with me. Whatever.
I mean, technically, never mind. Anyway, yes.
She's my cousin aunt.
No. Shush.
It is not that kind of.
You were both able to leave the festival, walk back down to where you all are, where they are all camped for the evening. Pretty easy to find. Nothing happens to you on the road between one place and the other. You walk into camp. They've obviously been at work doing various tasks, most of which appear to be preparing for
For
whatever
battle.
may come.
For battle.
Yep.
They built bunkers and machine gun turrets.
More like all their weapons are out and have obviously been sharpened and polished.
For being useful.
Mm-hmm.
Making sure your sword looks like a mirror will help you catch people.
Sharpened and polished.
Would you like
Gotta
to
get
test
pretty.
it? I do have a dagger, so I could test it on you. It's like
Shame.
Okay. So we have pies and fish, and they highly suggested you would very much enjoy the fish.
Yeah, no, thank you.
There's no
I'm
smell or
a
anything on them.
vegetarian
Since when?
now.
Doubtful, but if
It's
you
like
choose not to eat them, that's up to
instantaneous
you.
vegetarianism.
And once all the salmon and fruit is gone,
I don't eat fish.
you
And
don't-
True
IRL,
fact.
there's
In reality, yeah.
you don't eat any fish?
No.
she doesn't like fish. No, there's Holly. We used to go to Red Lobster, and they would get chicken.
Why?
We still do that.
Mm-hmm.
Do we still have Red Lobster?
We do
Oh, yeah.
not.
For the
Well, we
chicken.
kind of do.
No, Red Lobster's. Yeah,
It's still here, but it was leaving.
Because our
It's staying
family
now.
does.
Oh, good. Cool.
Because our family eats fish.
They got out of Chapter 11 bankruptcy and have officially said no more endless shrimp.
Oh.
Endless shrimp's what bankrupted
When
them.
we went to Vegas, we made it past
Hmm.
the endless fish supplies.
Well, you and
I did. Yeah, we made it to the other
Your
end of
mom
the buffet.
and my mom got stopped by the crab legs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was when Harris had their big seafood buffet.
And got
Mhm.
stopped.
I once went to, for my sister Miranda's 21st birthday, we went up to Prairie Van Casino, and I paid $35.99 for a seafood extravaganza, and I had baby carrots and rolls.
Oh my god.
That's all we had. It was all seafood.
Why would you even go and pay for that?
Another sexual one, Joe.
made with seafood.
The potatoes weren't made like.
It's got the like the fish oil to it.
No,
Oh.
that's all they had was seafood, and then they had baby carrots. If
Where
they had anything else, I would have eaten anything
Prairie
else.
Van Casino and Resort.
I mean, I guess this was like years ago, right? Because I'm
That
like,
was years ago.
they usually have like other vegetable, like
No,
Friday
if there had
yeah,
been
Friday
anything
night's
else,
like-
I would have eaten
I
anything
can't
else.
believe that.
Friday night's crab legs. They do have some other stuff.
But they do crab legs and prime rib.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was no prime rib. It was all seafood.
Wow.
Well, anyway. Okay, back to the story.
Never
Sorry.
forget that.
So
I don't eat fish.
Evidently,
Thank
we all
you,
want
though.
seafood.
I will stick to the moose meat.
Something I have been looking at, and I did not want you all to worry, but I wanted to bring up now that we don't have any extra people. One of the things I was given when we were given items
yeah.
from the goddess.
Did they eat a Laura?
No, Laura found friends. She's being.
I was about to say, I'm like, we just are here and just ignoring the fact that the old lady didn't come back with us. The whole rest of the group's probably going,
I'm trading.
she's dead.
No, Laura found some people she had made friends with, and she's going to stick with them. They're closer to her when it comes to
Age.
Judgy?
I'm thinking age, not judgy.
Judginess,
Yeah.
old ladiness, grumpiness.
The meow meow is her friend now.
They're not all meow meows, but that's okay. Anywho, but I also found what I've been looking for. Tourmaline is a stone, and I have found out that it is supposed to repel dark energy. Something I already gave you one of. These are made of the stone, and I hand both of you one. They're just bracelets to help ward off bad energy, like becoming a homunculus. Did I say it right?
Mhm.
Yeah. One of the things that I was given by the goddess was 3 stones like this. And I've been wanting to find one for each of you. So I will hold Allie's until we find her again. But hopefully you wear them. If you don't, that's your choice. It's my way of trying to protect you further.
Do you have one?
Okay, thank you. I guess.
No, she said, fuck you, kid.
Right. It kind of seems that way. Apparently, she only.
You want a bracelet?
With that pretty dainty bracelet.
You have something else coming from your cousin, actually, but wear this until then.
What?
I
Has no idea how to put it on.
I say, don't you have to attune to it? You can't just put it on.
No, these ones you don't have to attune to.
Oh,
Did you not attune to yours yet?
Jesus.
Now we all have to,
have we been shot? Is anybody at me home?
Stuck together. Well, because you all fucking jumped. Some of you more than others. Some of you jumped the least, I will say.
I heard this year is working. This year's still repairing from last night's venture.
I would say I'm sorry, but I'm really not. That was so weird.
You are not sorry. Do not lie to my face like that. Anyway.
I would say it, but I'm not. So I'm not.
I should have Ronald Reagan. Miss me.
Ellie, we found out that the statue seems to have been
No.
carried a soul or spirit or something from like another realm outside of ours.
Do you say Allie?
Allie.
Like you're talking to Allie.
Allie,
I'm talking
where
about
are
Allie.
you?
From around.
So the statue was carrying something like that, and they see that Allie is okay, but she's not exactly herself. I believe whatever
finished
thing
just before
was
you guys left.
attached to that stone is a part of it. A part of her right now. So hopefully she either finds us or we find her to help her through.
Yeah.
I suggest we don't touch the stone itself or the pieces until we find someone who can extract and destroy, maybe? But I don't think this piece should be laying out anywhere specific for anyone else. So I will keep carrying it in my pack the way it is.
Andrew?
Works for me.
It's gotten fairly late in the evening at this point. What do you choose to do before you go to sleep for the evening?
I'm eating. Because I'm assuming I talked while they eat. Eaten.
And so
Eight.
Consume
got it.
sustenance.
Okay. So eating her little nibbles before she goes to bed. Not not what are you doing?
Is it bedtime?
Just about.
Okay.
It's pretty dark.
Oh, do we need to decide who does first watch?
You will after we get done finding out what everyone's up to.
I will just, I don't know, sit kind of by the fire and listen. Keep my listening ears open
Okay.
for any feline.
Feline attack. You're really afraid of these cat people, huh?
You would be too if you were.
I'm surprised you're not more afraid for your Taurus.
That's something you said Taurus.
Taurus.
Bar, not horrid. I didn't try to remember anything Taurus.
Horus would eat their neck before he would die.
Would he?
I can hear Taurus.
Really? Falcon.
Uh-huh. He'd embed his claws in their face and their neck and then eat them before they would kill him.
I would not eat them.
No, he'd consume some parts.
I don't know.
He'd probably
If there's multiple, how many can you attack at once?
Horus is fine, and so are you.
Mic drop.
Friendly cat people.
They are very friendly.
Uh-huh.
As if they're
You're okay. They even know of your existence and didn't care. Like,
In her head, she's going, no, they're trying to fatten me up to eat.
Okay, now.
yeah, they're not coming for you.
That's probably what Allie thought too.
Oh, you think the cat people took Allie?
Oh, I don't know.
Allie's just sitting in a dark room and all she's hearing is meow. Meow.
We both know it doesn't sound like that.
Meow. It's meow.
No, it's
Oh god, can you imagine trapped in a room, a totally dark room, with a mic'd up button?
mm-hmm.
The room just rumbles when she purrs, and then it's.
She was like screaming last night while Paul was in the bathroom. She was like, "Bitch, feed me!"
Yeah, it was a lot of feed me now.
Literally sitting in front of the bathroom door.
I always
Yeah.
imagine her screaming means, I don't have thumbs, feed me!
I mean, you can actually hear her say now when she's.
Mhm. It loses the M and becomes an N. Now.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's hungry.
So
Tired of listening to her. I got
these cats in the game aren't coming for you. You got to worry more about my cat upstairs than you do these cats in the game. Just saying.
Thea, what are you up to?
Is it a moon tonight?
You're really close. It'll probably be the next night.
Is it a moon?
Is it a moon? Yeah.
For attunement.
Because I have to try to attune on a full moon, so I was just trying to see where we're at.
My help was first.
I'm just sitting to talk to Mooney. And just interact with him and try to just keep bonding with Mooney. Because I know the better we're bonded, the better relationship we will have going forward. Hopefully, the better he'll listen.
Give me an insight check.
Dun, dun, dun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 5.
Mooney said, "Fuck your couch."
You think it's going well. You're not really getting much from him. He's basically just a vase at the moment. Occasionally, you see the flowers that he has sticking out. They turn and they look like eyes that are watching you. But other than that, it's just a vase. Bye-bye. So you assume it's going okay.
Do I notice that she's working with Mooney?
Yeah, I mean, she's doing that out in the open with all of you there.
Yeah, you just sitting.
Thea, did you want to try and see if Mooney would use this to become
She hands you a silver rattle.
A rattle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, Mooney, would you like to try and become a rattle?
What the fuck?
You see the eyes pop back out to kind of examine it.
Give it a little shake.
When you do the shaky thing and,
Oh,
and
there's
everyone
no
hears
wax
that
there.
sound, the vase almost automatically shifts form into being the rattle. So now you've got an exact replica.
Okay, apparently I
Is it
have a
rattle
rattle
too?
now.
I was just trying to give you something.
Shake the mimic. Does it rattle?
You shake the mimic. I double dog dare you. And in 90s children terms, that means you have to do it.
Did you bite your lip?
Yeah.
Let's reach over and pick up the mimic rattle.
Probably not a rattle in here.
A light rattling sound.
Yeah,
It
if
doesn't
they-
sound quite the same.
I'm not like rattling its brains out. I'm just kind of giving it a little shake with your.
You're not gonna get shaken
Cool.
mimic syndrome.
Cool.
No, don't shake.
Shaking mimic.
Stays like that for a little while. You kind of like play with the two of like the actual
She have
Thing
maracas
and-
now.
and the mimic.
She only has one.
No,
And
she
then-
has a mimic that also lightly rattles. Garage.
Okay, well, it's not a rattle. It's a water glass, but we can pretend it's a rattle.
Well, hold your horse.
No.
He's pulling change back.
Hold your horse. Yes, because after a little bit of being shook about,
He's done with that shit.
he shifts back into the vase, and you see the eyes kind of.
Okay, no more shaking Mooney when he's a rattle.
All right, Hell, what are you up to?
Okay, so we cooked like had we had fish. Okay, now I'm just gonna go to bed. Oh wait, I need to find out who's supposed to be.
Right, we were doing what we were doing. And then we're gonna
Yeah, I just go to bed and fuck that. I'm tired.
You could.
I mean, can I be the one that initiates the conversation to be like, so who's keeping watch?
Did you ask that, or are you?
Yes, I'm initiating the
Okay.
conversation.
She's asking.
Who's keeping watch?
I can take first watch.
How long are we going for watch time?
Probably 4.5 to 5 hours.
If you give me 4 hours, I'll be good then.
I can give you 5.
I'll need about 4, but yeah.
Are you gonna go to sleep right away, or are you gonna stay up because you're afraid of the cat people?
I'm gonna go to sleep, but I'm gonna like fly up into a tree and go to sleep in the tops of the tree.
Pretty kitty can get her.
We're gonna make her scared more.
She knows she's got cats.
I know they can climb, but if they're gonna climb a tree, I can hear the branches.
Maybe. They also are very sly creatures.
Mhm.
Wait, now I'm not helping, sorry.
Okay, so Nyx is taking first watch. Nala's going to sleep. Hell's probably going to sleep.
Yes.
What are you doing?
I'll sleep too.
Okay, and Gia, are you going to trance?
Yep. Going to trance.
Cool.
We're gonna take second watch.
Nyx, give me a perception.
Hold on. Where's the Pachika? That's right there. Perception. 10.
Okay. You can still hear the sounds of the party down the road from you all, going well into your shift.
Tickle in my ear.
Other than that, it's the normal night sounds. You hear like an owl hooting, crickets chirping. You can hear the fire crackling. It's just a very quiet night overall. You don't have a problem staying awake. Everything seems to be going well.
Can I lightly walk around and try to like forage, make sure there's nothing around us, like feathers, twigs, something that might help?
Give me a nature check.
Yeah, that's 19. So nature is gonna go up.
Usually several night blooming flowers that you hadn't noticed during the daytime when you all had come back. And wind up picking several of them. You're pretty sure they're of the type that's used in some elixirs.
Using my book, I didn't find anything extra.
You don't have any particular examples of these, no.
Okay. Might add
Yeah, you could probably add one. That's fine.
a book. Sorry.
Okay, who are you waking up for second watch?
Yeah. It's your turn.
Takes you a couple seconds to kind of like realign yourself out of your trance. Give me a perception check.
20.
Okay. Okay. You had a brief moment where the sounds of the night are broken, but you quickly realized that it was a couple of squirrels just getting irritated with each other and kind of running around the trees overhead. It's the same tree that Nala's sleeping in, as far as you can tell, but the squirrels don't seem to be bothering her. But they're like chattering at each other in a very aggressive manner.
Know what that's like.
I must find that. Other than that, that's like the most exciting thing that happened to you. You kind of briefly had a moment where you thought about like taking bets on one squirrel or the other. But as there's no one to take bets with, it's just sad.
Yeah.
Okay. Other than that, that's your shift. Who's next up?
And nobody else
I'm
has said, so
Yeah.
it's
I
8
did
hours.
5.
Yeah,
She
if
did
it went
4.
5 and 4, that's 9 hours.
9 hours, yeah.
You got that? I understand that. There's just a little bit of light coming through the trees at this point. It's early morning.
Okay.
There's no more sounds of like the festival happening.
Like 5, 6.
Mm-hmm.
I'll wake up. Early bird gets the worm.
You
So
know.
maybe I like stand up and kind of walk around, and Nala wakes up then
Mm-hmm.
and flies down.
Yes.
She flutters down
Flutters
very
down.
gently.
How was the tree?
It was good.
It was good.
It was comfy.
Okay, there were some squirrels running around, so I didn't know if they'd woken you up.
I didn't even notice.
I promise I never saw a cat.
As you two converse, the other three start waking up as well. It's maybe a little early for you,
Mm-hmm.
but other than that, you find yourself coming to consciousness.
Did we eat all the Alright, fish and stuff last night.
I only
There's-
had one.
There's enough for everybody to have 2 fish and 2 tarts. So
Okay, so we could eat like just kind of warm the fish up a little to eat this morning, and everybody can have their tart.
yeah, you can do that.
Okay. I just figured that stuff needs to be eaten.
First.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes, we're making dents in the moose. We gotta be getting close.
You have like 500 pounds.
Yeah,
of
we're
meat
not
to
getting
eat.
close.
Yes! Gotta be getting close. God.
We've probably eaten.
Like 5 pounds.
Yeah, we've probably eaten to where we're about
20 pounds.
50 pounds down. 500.
The next time we get the chance, we might look
got-
at
we
maybe
sold
selling
it,
some.
though.
Give some of it to the
The traveling.
traveling people.
I mean,
Like
How much? I think what
you
was
could
left
go
was
offer
like
some moose
20.
meat
We had
to the cat
3/4
people
moose
before you
meat.
leave.
And
They said-
we
They said they don't eat that kind of stuff. They eat fish and berries, and
There were other people besides them there.
that's true.
Offer it for the other travelers.
How much we've
I need to. I
they
need to go
bought
through.
50. Wait, did we jerky any up or did we?
Yeah,
Yes,
we
we
did.
jerkied some up.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go through
We
this
jerkied
entire
every-
video
a chunk of
and
it.
make a montage
we
of every
had-
time Serena raises her hand like school child.
Great.
We had
Pretend.
3/4
Come on,
of the
let's
moose
go.
meat, but I don't see how many pounds that was. And then I see the caravan bought 50 pounds jerky meat and 200 pounds raw meat,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't
Which
see.
was about half of what you had.
Okay.
Right, so we've got like 200 pounds, so we've maybe got like 150 of.
But how
150
much-
raw and
raw?
probably another 15 left of jerkied.
Yeah.
So if we could sell some of the
Okay.
raw, maybe they could cook the raw. Whether they eat it or not is a different
100
statement.
Or use it for bait if they
pounds.
wanted to catch
Yeah.
more fish.
Raw.
There you go.
Would you say 150 raw?
Well,
And
I will
50
take some
raw
raw and go
and,
see if the
15
festival
jerky.
people are still there
15
to see if they
pounds
want to get
jerky.
some bought off of us. And
I'd say at least take 50 pounds, if not more,
okay.
and see, because we've got about 150 left.
Okay.
Do you mind if I just take the bag of I want to say restoring, it's not it.
Stasis.
Stasis with me?
Yeah, I mean, try to keep some, but see how much you can get rid of.
You want to
Get rid of half of it.
No.
You can get rid of half of it, that would put us down.
Okay.
Because we've got, and I mean,
Does anyone else
we can
want to
even
go?
jerky some more too.
So 75.
So 75 pounds.
Anyone else want to go? Just me? Cool. Bye.
Peace.
Okay, we got
Where
the bag
you
of
going?
stasis and I'm heading to go talk to the people.
Alright. We'll come back to you in a second. The rest of you are just doing your morning rituals that you come up with for being on the road. And, you set your fish up to like heat up. If you had any of that left over, or, put your tart close to the fire perhaps to warm it as well. Is there anything else you would like to be doing this morning?
No, I'm good. I'm going to feed Moon and his.
Sustenance cube.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
His was in food today. Yesterday he had a rent. Today again. What? I can't trust me. I know. I'm sorry. You think it bothers you? Try being me. So he has in one piece of food for the day.
Do you have to give it to him at the same time every day?
No.
Okay.
No, he just eats one once a day.
Yes, the same time every week.
So he stays full. What are you doing?
Saying my pirate eating, I guess.
No.
I will.
Sit outside waiting.
I will do more of my yoga that I made up.
Okay.
Very
Very
yoga.
touchy of you.
Thank you.
Bird.
We've got to limber up. We've got a long day of walking, I assume. I don't know.
Very true. All right, over to Miss Nix.
Stretch it up.
As you walk into the camp, you can tell that most of the people that were there for merriment are still asleep. There is a small group of people sitting around the fire. One of them is Alosi. You also see Tashnea as well.
Okay, I think Alosi might be the better person to go up to because she's the head honcho, right?
Elder.
Leosi, would you like to talk to me about something real fast?
Sure. I have no problem speaking to our friend.
I was hoping maybe you guys would talk to me about maybe purchasing or making arrangements for taking part of these meat we have. I know you guys eat fish, but maybe you could use it for your other guests that come through with your guys' festivals, or use it for fishing or anything else.
What kind of meat is it?
Moose.
Fairly exotic. And we do have people that do not follow our faith with us currently.
So we have like a good 50 pounds of meat if you want to take that.
I don't know if we have enough for 50 pounds worth, but I could maybe take 20 depending on the price.
Okay. Price is more negotiable in my eyes when it comes to this. Obviously we have people, big party amount of for our people. The money gets split up between us. So if you could be reasonable, I'm happy to take whatever you suggest at this point.
What about a trade?
Depends on the trade.
Triviet. She calls one of the other, you assume it's a male feline person, over. I'd like that little project I had you working on, if you wouldn't mind, please. He kind of gives her a yes, elder, and then wanders away. And it takes him several minutes before he comes back. He's carrying this small, flat disc. It's got a stylized edge all the way around it. It's got kind of like a scroll work pattern. And it looks to you kind of like a hand mirror. And has it been magicked as of yet? Yes, elder. Fair. You're looking for several people. This, I think, could be helpful to you and your group.
And I have to ask about the spell work on it. Because I can't just take this in exchange with no money. They are expecting me to bring something more than a mirror back that may help us, yes. Not telling you it's not. I am saying they're probably looking for a little substantial help along the way as well.
There were, what, 5 people in total in your group?
Yes.
I can probably swing 10 silver.
10.
It's only 1 gold. For 1 gold.
It's not really gold. Silver's lower than gold.
I know. 10 silver is 1 gold.
Plus the mirror.
Yeah,
Plus.
and which is spelled to help find things you are seeking. Not only he is seeking something, I know you are seeking something, and I know Thea is seeking something. And, well, hell is stuck with him, so she's technically seeking what he's seeking anyway. Or she does it. So,
How many times can you say seeking in a sentence?
I can get seeking in there a couple more times. We know this. So you get where I'm coming from. This mirror is actually high on the list of, yeah, that would be really, really helpful. Okay, how about I make a counter deal?
I'm open to it.
1 gold per person that should be in our party, which is actually, if you count Allie, who is our missing person that I was worried about yesterday, and you count Numb Foodle, who is missing, and we're not just really talking about
Non-Poodle is a gnomish
him.
warrior.
Him.
Oh, I know him.
Okay, well, we're not really counting him for that exact purpose. So you know where I'm coming from with him. So I'm thinking 6 gold, 1 gold each, plus the mirror.
Yes, I will agree to this.
Yes.
Mm.
Okay. So here is 50 pounds of meat. Where would you like me to put the 50 pounds that are in here? Because we're going to keep the other half.
She took 20. Did take 20.
20 pounds?
20. She could take 20. She
20.
didn't have
Okay,
enough
that's
for
fine.
more than that.
20. Okay.
Troyo, if you'll take the meat, make sure it gets
Fine.
distributed to
Yeah,
those
we-
that can have it,
That's fine.
and the rest go to the people who fish.
It was very much pleasure to do business with you, and if we do ever see you again, I will be glad to come and see and talk with you.
The mirror will need to be attuned to someone to work properly. You'll need a full moon.
Does it have to be the person who's doing the seeking?
No.
So
It
it could be
just-
any of us.
Needs to be someone that has strong magics.
Strong magic, full moon. Thank you.
What does the mirror do? Finds people?
Finds
It
things.
can find things that are lost.
Things, not people.
Things
I
that
mean,
are lost. People are
Thing
things. And
is a
not
person.
they gave it to
to-
us saying that you're looking for people. This helps find things, including them.
It could also be like focus on something that they were either wearing or something that they had last time you saw them and see that object.
We can search
You need
for her,
a
but we can
tune,
search
a
for
full
the
moon,
clues
and
see
strong
where.
magic.
Or her nose.
Her nose.
That's a thing.
Is it chopped off?
It's a thing.
Yeah.
Serena?
Who chopped off the nose?
Concerned about you.
It's okay. A lot of people do. It's normal.
Curtin, if we weren't in the modern century, you would be in a state asylum. And I mean that
No,
really nice.
it's exactly where I'd be.
Honestly, we would probably all be because we like to read and stuff. Anyway,
Ladies.
so
Yeah, no, I'm good at faking things, so I would not be.
I would be. Actually, I'd be dead. They would have actually marked me as a witch, if depending on the location.
anyway,
I'm
back
pretty
to
sure
the
you are Mark
game.
the Switch now.
Back to the game.
Mm-hmm.
And oh wait, back to the game.
No,
Okay.
yes, the game.
Yes, we can finish up for the day. Unless you'd like this to continue for 16 more hours.
No.
16 hours! I will quit. 16 hours.
I would quit before then. But anyway.
Rage
Okay.
quit of D&D.
Yep. Okay.
Including the DM.
Yeah.
Even though she's the one saying we were going for 16 hours.
Right. Anyway, back in. So, you were handed that stuff. You toddled your way on back to camp.
Okay.
She talked her way back to camp. She's like
Here
a little toddler.
is 1 gold each.
She's not paying attention.
And Thea, I think you're the one with the strongest magic in our group. Does anyone deny this?
Why?
Because the other portion is the smear. It is spelt to help find things. It needs to be attuned to one person who has strong magic in the group. That's you. And this smear will attune in a full moon to you and help us, maybe guide us to what else we need to find after we are done with this quest. I know several people in this group have mentioned things that they were looking for, and this is just one portion of a way for me to say we can find it finally.
Great. Another thing to attune to.
Mm-hmm.
Full moon.
You're so lucky.
If you know how to teach me to attune, I can try. But I'm not
still
strong at
working
magic.
on attuning to the cloak that I have that I haven't got to yet, or haven't been. I'll take it and try. We'll have an attuning party tomorrow. Next day.
I don't think that means what you think it means.
Well, if it helps, I can try doing the meditation while you attune and see if maybe that will be quiet enough for you to not have to worry about me making a beat.
Yeah, we'll wait till the morning. We'll see how this goes.
Okay. Let me know whenever you think.
Mm-hmm.
While you both were talking, everybody else finished getting their stuff strapped up and ready to go for the day. And by the time you're done, everybody else is basically ready to go. And
Fire is out.
Yeah, fire's out. How about Cal? Give me a nature check.
Where's his dice?
That's a 19 without adding anything. So
It's a gorgeous day.
Oh, good. You rolled a good day.
Honestly, it's probably the most pleasant walk you've taken thus far. Just down the road, pretty much. You're starting to see signs that say things. Some of them are a little bit more like scratched out and faded. Like maybe this isn't. This is a pretty well traveled path, actually. So like maybe someone's like touched a sign a little too much, and letters are like starting to wash themselves off. But on most of them, you can just barely make out Watcheri Springs with like an arrow pointing in a certain direction. So you're following them at this point. You have noticed towards the end of the day that your path has started to just take an incline. It's a very light incline, though.
So we can track pretty good because we also don't have an old grumpy, judgy lady.
Right. And I'm also speeding along this part of the process. So, yeah.
Tracking along.
Yeah. You managed to stop long enough to, like, get out your supplies that you wanted to, like, gnaw on, but you didn't really, like, stop for a full formal lunch today. You stopped every now and again for, like, brief rest, get a drink, that sort of thing. But otherwise, you mainly kept walking.
So, I mean, pretty lengthy travel day.
Yes. By the time you all finally decide to stop, the moon's already rising. But the path as you've continued walking along it, every now and again, there's been like an actual post with like a light or a stone that's been imbued with light. If it's not an actual like candle lit road part post. So when you finally choose to stop, there's a small overlook that from that position you can see like a pretty decent amount of distance that you've come throughout the day. And there's also like a lake you can see kind of off in the far east from you. Everything's just very pretty and tranquil and rather kind of beautiful. Like I said, it's been a good day. I'm going to stop there.
Okay.
Next time we'll start with being that same night, moon rising, full moon rising.
Yeah. Tattooing
Not that I was trying to give you more.
Yeah. Sure.
Hey, here's my thought.
We look forward to
Here's my
seeing
thought. Your cloak to me is more.
everybody next
The
time.
mirror we obviously don't need now. Maybe you can wait for another full.
Goodbye, friends.